we just saw, bro.
Try to get a read on what kind of composition the other team's going to try to roll out on. And if you win
Let's get it. Let's get it.
You just straight up win out in that first fight, and that gives you all the momentum in theory to just take over the round. As both teams.
Ooh, TTK with the portal. Ooh, can we see this? Can we see this?
Channel the portal to either kidnap someone from FlyQuest, either split the team, or just go for the backline jump.
Eyes above, they are going to drop in directly above FlyQuest, but I think FlyQuest realized it was danger close.
Ooh, blocking off his heels. Smart, smart, smart. And they get the kill.
He's going to be there for the cleanup. A good section off there that comes out from 100 Thieves
is coming out swinging.
That, they've got advantage in this first fight. FlyQuest posturing themselves to try and contest this point nevertheless, even though they are down a man. But Techie swapping over to the Doctor Strange. He wants to be there for this first fight. He wants to make his presence known.
They have the sound messed up.
Teleport himself right back in, straight back into the fray, back in a full 6v6, and 100 Thieves coalescing down on one side, FlyQuest on the other. Cart dives in to try and break the stalemate, but is it going to be enough? Is now Tuesday trying to get active with those uppercuts, self on a slip of
Oh
HP,
no, you guys got to heal your tank, bro. Come on.
Now coming up for FlyQuest as they will emphatically fire the first shot.
Bro, you guys had the first pick and everything, and you guys fumbled?
Behind on the Raging Royal Flush compared to Winnie, who was at 66%. Zealous only at 43, and now that gives time for Zealous to, at the very least, match the tempo coming in from Winnie. But I feel like Velocity might be the one to pull the trigger first, because once Winnie is there with the Raging Royal Flush, combine it with Delena on the Galactic Legend, Velocity should be able to time this Fate of Both Worlds properly to, at the very least, nullify that combo.
And Velocity is going to have to be careful because Vinny has swapped over onto the Captain America. There's the Glartrox coming up from Tuzi, and the Maelstrom, he's able to pop the Lena, so that is going to be an early frag, and that's going to slow out that Galactic Legend ult charge like you were calling out, Dan. He's got 90%, but is going to need to wait at least one more fight to do it, and that's going to mean FlyQuest are going to get up to 50% before that comes out.
TDK's on the Angela.
Even more
okay.
time for Zealous to charge up his ultimate.
Vinny is on the cap. They switched a little bit.
Maybe what Winnie is about to throw at them, but no, Velocity is going to be the one to, at the very least, be in charge of containing this Galactic Flush from being in play, as the rest of FlyQuest looking to find an angle to get the counter punch down. It's all eyes on Zealous to get the Royal Flush.
Ooh,
the combo from just doesn't amount to anything, and Melio is going to put Delena down, and Beast of the Abyss coming out, like you say, but it's just not going to be enough. Benny is going to take down Tuzi, trading those KOs out, but now Melio up in the sky has got a Galactic Flush of his own, and Techie with another Maelstrom, and all of her Thieves are running in fear, scurrying away from the wrath of Melio. The fight a double in that fight, and another fight win for FlyQuest, and potentially only one more opportunity for 100 Thieves.
I'm not sure if the portal is available.
Yo, Maddie
just yet for
with the
Thieves.
massive new
this round has been going so fast.
Absolutely insane. Appreciate it.
Gonna have to make that scramble. We're going to Final Fight territory. Thankfully, Vinny does have the Freedom Charge. TTK could try to set up self with the Dance of the Butterfly.
Damn, Jay, you were supposed to wake up Delena. Chat, I don't even have a phone right now.
Techi's gonna try to cut him off.
Yeah, I have Agamotto, but I think it was foreseen by 100 Thieves, so they're able to dodge, and now they don't have any ultimates. Heaven's Retribution coming out from TTK, and there's that Dance of the Butterfly, but it's not finding much of anything.
I like 100 Thieves and all, but I put my college funds on FlyQuest because Dallas/Virginia server date was these two teams, and I want to see FlyQuest thrive. I mean, I remember.
And they're not going to get topped up
So,
as Vinny.
what's really funny about that game that you mentioned is that was the first time FlyQuest actually came together as a team. Now they have like a few months of practice with each other. So
winning out that round for FlyQuest.
That's why I think they're better. Nice, so you remember that.
Down to critical HP, was forced to use the Fate of Both Worlds so early, and then Velocity coming in with the Raging Royal Flush, or actually it might have been Zelos, to try to rush down the rest of 100 Thieves, but 100 Thieves were able to complete the retake by the skin of their teeth, and now with Winnie getting closer to that not the Galactic Legend, it's going to be the Raging Royal Flush, but no combo with Delena. It's going to be used early before Delena even gets it.
But TTK still able to make the most of the damage, win that aerial duel against Techie, so
yes, if 100 Thieves, whoever loses this chat,
and that means that this backline is
does not continue the playoffs, and they have to go home.
Try and approach this point is 100 Thieves still ticking up the percentage.
This is do or die right now.
Even though they
do or
don't have
die.
a lot of ultimate stand, they do have the Galactic Legend. Delena's going to let that one rip from on high, force out resource from FlyQuest. The Royal Flush comes out, but Delena can't burst down any of those targets.
And I think that's the first round, bro. They're not coming back from that.
Him down. Grounded is he, and now Melio.
Even if they TP, nah. Nope. Where's Vinny at? Where's Vinny, chat?
This one out right now, Vinny.
Oh, Vinny's on the point. He's stalling a little bit. Maybe Delena can get the PP down. Maybe.
No sneaky back caps today. FlyQuest will take the first point.
Oh, the portal not coming in time despite the heroic stall coming in from Vinny. He tried his best, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. FlyQuest end up controlling that first checkpoint. It's just that early momentum that FlyQuest were able to secure for themselves, getting those picks into neutral before getting
Vinny. You guys were shit talking Vinny before this game even started. Vinny is the only. He has ace right now. He's the only one
momentum, right?
on his team.
Even winning that fight is so
with
important.
4
to make
assists,
sure
bro.
that you
4
have
assists.
To at the
Self
very least
1 and
counter
3.
100
Delena 3 and 4.
Sorry, does that
brother.
say 14-0 with 7 final hits for Melio? That's disgusting.
Sorry, not Millennium. Melio
14-0,
7 finals,
and it's working out. Like, no one from 100 Thieves has been able to scout out this Star-Lord pick coming out from FlyQuest.
Yeah, and it just feels like Melio is just doing so much work, dancing around the map terrain, right? Going in off angle, tickle them a little bit. Go to a different off angle, tickle them a little bit more. And it just feels like 100 Thieves, like you said a little bit earlier, right? Their heads are on a swivel trying to track them
monster.
down. He is
I've
in
been a
fact a
100
tickle
Thieves fan
monster.
for a while.
But then the tickles start to hurt a little bit when it's supercharged.
I love 100 Thieves as well, and there are a bunch of great guys, great good friends, but
Millennia should be there to neutralize.
Not gonna be any
I think FlyQuest has been. I think FlyQuest has been popping off. They might even be top 3 right now.
Looking to try and control this choke for the high ground.
Oh no!
You see Vinny go in deep, and TTK taking down Techie, and Melania wants to put on a show, and Melio didn't buy tickets, so he is gonna back off and give the first cap over to 100 Thieves. But now as he comes back through, the cap isn't there. Melio with the Galactic Legend trying to funnel 100 Thieves into this narrow choke point where the damage could potentially come through from the rest of his team, setting Tuzi up to try and find the elims. He's under so much
the
pressure.
swimsuit cap skin is actually not in the tournament server yet, chat. That's what Finzi said. I asked him about it yesterday. Ooh, poor TTK. 07 for him, bro. He just disappeared.
Trading out from Melio, but the first cap goes the way of FlyQuest. 100 Thieves stepped off the point. Vinny's still investing the freedom charge. They gotta find something with this. Self will find Cart, but is that gonna be enough? Is now Techie with the Cloak of Levitation looks to try and fly to safety, but there is no safe haven when 100 Thieves are on the prowl.
Come on, come on.
You
guys gotta take out Tuzi. There we go. Take the raid boss down. Hey, they're showing a little bit of sign. Sign, life.
Thieves.
Sign. They're showing some signs, chat, of life.
Or at least tried to do so much of that work, but unfortunately just was not able to win out in that fight. Great Apex Predator to shut down TTK during that fight as well, but now coming into this, both teams will have access to the Raging Royal Flush. Delena,
are you allowed to give
the
skins?
Star-Lord onto the Winter Soldier to maybe
server?
team up with TTK with the Heaven's Retribution.
They actually have everything unlocked in the tournament server. They have all the champions, all the lords, all the skins. They can
healing
just
for FlyQuest, so they can't really engage wholeheartedly. Techie will take down Self, but that is going to be a Pyrrhic victory at that, as now 100 Thieves still holding on to so many valuable tools. The Heaven's Retribution and the Kraken Impact both could come online, but they don't need to, as FlyQuest will tuck tail between their legs and play for the next fight.
100 Thieves hold on to that combo. Heaven's Retribution into the Kraken Impact. Great bionic hook coming in from Delena to try to disrupt Cart, but he does swing to himself to safety. Self also marking out Cart, so Cart needs to do a little bit of a reset. Use the symbiotic defense to try to get himself reset, but nope, he is not stabilized.
And speaking of resets, Delena has got one in the tank, and he is going to let it loose. Taking down Zello, doesn't actually get the KO, finishing him off. Zello's going to scurry
as a
away,
Bucky player, chat,
Spire, so
I am fully,
not
half, fully disappointed.
Coming back to full strength, looking to try and contest here, but 70% for 100 Thieves. It's going to be one to fight territory if FlyQuest can't get the dub here. The Heaven's Retribution.
Huge.
Justice will still be done for 100 Thieves as they'll find 2 in the fight. Cart fell again, and now 80%. It's dire straits for FlyQuest.
Yeah, final fight territory is inbound. Do FlyQuest decide to invest in the portal? Techie still on the Angela, maybe to try to touch to at the very least trigger overtime, whereas the rest of FlyQuest definitely are going to be a step or two behind. Cart's going to use the piece of the Abyss.
No, come on, put some respect on my name, bro. When I ult, I make sure I finish the guys off.
And then FlyQuest try to win out this fight from here, but with already one down, it's going to be an uphill battle.
The fight's over. There is no fight. TTK won the fight before it even began, but he is not done square enough. Is going to poke Velocity down, make him a shish kebab, and that's going to be 100 Thieves evening up the score. And we got to talk about TTK on the Angela, and if we don't talk about it, FlyQuest needs to start talking about it because it's a problem.
Nice. Yeah, great. That's what I like to see.
Who was holding on to the invisible boundary. That was FlyQuest's best chance of making that fight a little bit competitive.
Yeah, J3 has never left a guy unfinished. Wait, what?
And TTK was able to identify it perfectly, shut him down before he's able to cast the invisible boundary, and then 100 Thieves, knowing that they have the man advantage, just completely wipe out FlyQuest, who didn't really want to use those ultimates because they were just down too many members.
They're going to have the Galactic Flush for this next one, and Zealous making a swap over onto the Rocket. So even if you use the Galactic Legend and the Royal Flush, it doesn't find anything. You know, you do still have access to that secondary damage amp. I think that's a good shout for FlyQuest. It's one of the tools that they have that 100 Thieves simply don't, and I do like that adaptation. I wish it would have came in a little bit sooner on that last map, but it's here now, and it's here to stay. So we'll see if FlyQuest can get themselves back in the driver's seat for map 1.
And the fact that FlyQuest can sync up the Galactic Legend even more reliably, you don't have to always rely on being in sync with your own Raging Royal Flush. You can
TTK has to use his ult, though. He's been holding it for a very long time.
The Rocket Raccoon to try to sync up the CYA. Melio's still going to use this Galactic Legend dry.
Yep, with the Fate of Both Worlds, Melania is going to keep his team nice and topped up, but they want to He activated his trap card, and he's going to take down 2.
That was called the bait and switch, bro. Use
Winnie is going to fall as well.
Use one ult, think you're going to live that one, but hit him with the side, like, left hook.
From FlyQuest.
Damn.
They knew that when Melio presses that Q button, Melania will do the exact same, and they did just that. THIEVES knocks the Vanguards down into the abyss. Velocity even holds on to the Raging Royal Flush because he knows if he pops it with the Galactic Legend, it's going to be so much more difficult to find those eliminations. Although it is possible, it is very, very difficult.
Well, Winnie is going to fire the first shot, and Velocity is going to mirror that Royal Flush. Neither team trying to combo it, but now with the Heaven's Retribution coming out, Velocity
TTK,
just got snapped out of existence.
On both supports.
Delana and Self getting active in that KO feed, taking down FlyQuest, systematically dissecting them
Okay, it looks like TTK is doing a little bit of junk driving right now.
4% maybe? Oh, a nice little head bump there to give them that 34%. FlyQuest will find the flip.
Retake coming in from 100 Thieves, making sure that they are able to execute on the Galactic Legend into the Raging Royal Flush, trying to get those key eliminations. Feels like as TTK and the rest of the teams need to,
they're on the Hulk now.
Away
Interesting.
FlyQuest, right? Suppress them, stop them from getting access to the point. Cart switches over to the Hulk now as Zealous now has the CYA available.
Once upon a time, Cart was the Hulk guy, and they called him that for a reason. They called it the Culk, and he is calling 100 Thieves. Freedom Charge now coming up from Vinny. He's going to give 100 Thieves a little bit of breathing room in this fight. The CYA, though, is making it so difficult for them to breathe. Delana isn't there, has the Kraken impact, and THIEVES with the Apex Predator just tosses Melania into a wall, so even if Delana gets there with the ultimate, the party's over.
And 100 Thieves can't just get the hold down. FlyQuest, they invested quite a bit there. THIEVES on the Apex Predator, Zealous with the CYA, using it in tandem with each other. Now they have to find more time to at the very least get Techie and Melio, both their ultimates online. Cart is also available with the World Breaker Hulk to try to stall out a little bit, but right now all eyes are on 100 Thieves. They're able to complete the retake with Self and Delana with ulti at the ready.
Galactic Legend, but it's not going to be a flush coming out, but it doesn't matter. He's still able to single out THIEVES, and now with that Hulk going in deep, trying to
they flipped the point. That's huge.
Their Kelso's choice was
flipping the point in the middle of a fight is huge, chat.
And D-Hulk Cart and
that is massive.
Yeah, great picks by 100 Thieves. Like you said,
they're staggering Cart. They're staggering Cart out.
Oh my, yeah, they're just letting Cart get reset, and the late stagger means that the BRB also going to be burned out. Although the stagger was devastating for FlyQuest, at the very least they are able to bring them right back. But the problem is, you don't have that for this fight.
Galactic Legend now from Melio. All of 100 Thieves looking to try and take shelter from the storm, using those rocks as an umbrella, and it'll shelter them for now, but now as the Raging Royal Flush is going to come out, Delana wants to try and make something happen with the Kraken impact. Techie looking to try and pin him down, but can't quite hunt him down. Goes the Assassin's Charge, but like a bullfighter, Delana just gets out of dodge.
They're going to need to get the TP down. This is huge. This is big. 100 Thieves might take the first map. Oh, God.
90% now for 100 Thieves, and FlyQuest, Cart is again stuck deep behind enemy lines. He's just bleeding out time.
At the very least, Velocity was the only elimination coming in from Delana. Good cleanse from Velocity as well.
You okay? No, I think I had a popcorn stuck in my throat.
Up online as CTK also has the Heaven's Retribution. Velocity goes in with the Raging Royal Flush, but Melania is there to respond.
Heaven's Retribution for TTK, locking FlyQuest down. Completely on lockdown right now. Zealous is going to res THIEVES back up for the party again. Seemingly over as 100 Thieves are going to be celebrating this victory. Self popping off to close things off. And 100 Thieves will take map number 1.
They did it!
Fist bumps all around for 100 Thieves. They got the job done, although it was a little bit tense. 3 rounds is all it takes for 100 Thieves.
Bro, this game is already more entertaining than the last one, chat.
Husk. And it feels like both
I
teams
cannot
definitely
believe,
are
bro.
making
I
more
cannot
heads-up
believe
plays.
they
It
came
feels like
back.
both teams, they get the initiative down.
The
They're
beginning-
able to get things
the
done.
beginning of
But
the
then
round,
when the retake happens,
100
when the
Thieves looked
counterpunches come
really
in,
bad.
I feel like FlyQuest kind of just didn't
Really
have
bad.
that response.
Well, they will still have one response on the other side of this break. We'll see what that response is going to be right after this.
Yeah, bro. The one thing that you need to learn about TTK and 100 Thieves, chat, is that they wake up around like 5:30. What time is it right now? 5:49. Okay, so they've been awake for about 19 minutes. So that first round was a warm-up. Yeah. Okay, so it's been looking pretty good now. Looking pretty good. They've been awake for more than 20 minutes. So it's good. It's good. Is it too late to change my vote? What do you mean your vote? Bro, I still think FlyQuest is going to win. I think FlyQuest is still the better team. I think it's going to be a good series, but I think FlyQuest is the better team. Who did Jay predict? I predicted FlyQuest to win. They are not. FlyQuest, I think, is definitely the better team. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the preseason, FlyQuest went against 100 Thieves, and 100 Thieves won 3-2, but it was a very, 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 very cinema match. But that's also because FlyQuest was a brand new team put together, and that was our first game. Now, fast forward to now, they had months and months and months of practice, team synergy. I think they're the better team. I thought that was against NRG. No, that was FlyQuest. I'm pretty sure that was FlyQuest. Pretty sure that was FlyQuest. Ooh, I think I'm getting sick. Where is iRemix right now? iRemix, I think, is at his second job right now, flipping some burgers. It's 4th of July. You got to do that, and then he'll be back. I think he gets home at 6 in about 9 minutes to coach him. Wait, what is this? Wait, I don't think this is... I don't think this is Marvel Rivals, but I just saw this. Official statement from Virtus Pro. In response to valuable feedback from our community, as of 1st of April 2027, Virtus Pro will cease the employment of all coaches. Instead, all strategic decisions will be based exclusively on the highest liked comments under our match result. Oh, it's just... Never mind. I think it's a troll. Sparker plays Squirrel Girl on LAN. I feel like if you guys actually did this, maybe you'd be relevant by 2027. Jesus Christ, bro. 19-year-old, he's still going through. God damn. This is based on CS2. God damn, though. I gotta be so mean. I need 100 Thieves to win so I can get the 100 units from the in-game predictions. Robin. I don't know if 100 Thieves beat FlyQuest in group play. I don't know if they were in the same... Did they? I don't remember the group play. It was like a month ago. I mean, they're both right here. 3-2, 3-2. 100 Thieves did 2-0 FlyQuest. Yeah, damn. 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 How many teams qualify for LAN? 3 from each region, chat. 3 from NA, 3 from EMEA, 2 from China, and 2 from APAC. There's no Oceania anymore. 2 from APAC. Total of 10 teams.
Sorry, soldier.
They nerfed that skin, by the way. Hey, Perp with the massive prime sub. Appreciate it.
Tides will rise and fall. Be the unwavering force that refuses to wash away. Coast undefeated as Captain America's Seaside Sentinel, Loki's Seaside Siren, and White Fox's Coastal Kumiho costumes available right now.
I think that Captain America
even though
skin
that
is too
Seaside
funny,
Sentinel skin's hitbox may have caught a small nerf this morning, I don't think if you told Vinny that he would agree.
Captain America's hitbox got a small nerf this morning. Oh my god, bro. I am loving this right now, bro. I am loving this.
Costumes, you still got another wave.
God
Who knows
damn.
who's gonna get the swimsuit skins this time around? But what we know now is
nah, bro, we need to reverse the nerf, chat. Yeah, hashtag buff the bulge.
And I know I said FlyQuest.
Nah, man, we need to do the battle of the bulge, man.
They have looked pretty solid up against 100 Thieves.
Lethal, appreciate the massive 2 months, my friend. Buff the bulge, man.
For those heads up plays.
Yo, what's up, Dad?
As soon as possible, but when it came to, at the very least, retaining the
How you doing, Dad? How you doing?
Became where FlyQuest definitely fell off a little bit.
Yeah,
how was the barbecue?
The heads up plays
what do you mean, how was the barbecue?
Point, but I think for FlyQuest, you might also
you
want to
tell
keep your
me
heads
how was the
down
barbecue. I never had any barbecue.
Exactly friendly when TTK is flying them. He is going to be your MVP for that first map on the Angela. And we were talking about it how many times, right? Like, this kid sure is top tier, and on the Angela, he looked every bit of it. You know,
I wish TTK's dad was here, but
just to get him
TTK's
off for a second. But even through that, one stat not
24 and 3 playing. This is what happens when you play for your stats, chat. You become the MVP.
14.
Oh, TTK's dad is here. How you doing? How you doing?
Is making skewers for the 4th of July.
If you
I hope you're having a great 4th of July. What's up, Audible?
Bigger and tankier Wolverine, right? TTK literally does the same concept of a Wolverine, right? Kidnap.
Yeah, Dad, did you come over today? I don't have my phone working, so I don't know.
TTK literally does just that on the Angela. As we take a look at all of these stats, there you go. TTK confirmed 14 final hits on the Angela. And if you're on the FlyQuest camp, we talked about it a little bit in the green room, right? Where does FlyQuest
left
go
the barbecue?
Number 2?
Yo,
I put barbecue going to be Heart of Heaven
in your house at 2 p.m.
Look at that one-winged angel.
But I was streaming, no?
Zero healing though for Techie. Like, bro is selfish.
Hold up,
but
chat.
Sometimes you just gotta give LeBron the ball and let him dunk it, and that just kind of feels like what Techie was, or what TTK was doing to Techie. You know, dunking on him, winning out some of those one-winged angel 1v1s, and you know, every time that FlyQuest has gone down a map, their first map pick has been Heart of Heaven. I do believe they won it against Sentinels. They didn't win it against Team Liquid Citadel, but that is a map that I think where the Angela thrives. So again, to your point, I think that if you want to go to Heart of Heaven, you may need to ban the Angela. Either that or Techie needs to come alive on that hero pick. But we'll see what the map pick ends up being here very shortly, as FlyQuest have chosen to take us to...
Drum roll, please, as we go
Heart of
to Heart of
Heaven.
Heaven. Our assumptions have been correct. We can look very, very smug. We can look very, very smart on broadcast now. Thank you very much for tuning in to Stage 1 America's Playoffs. As
we might look smart, but Prod made me feel dumb for a second, really making me wait for that one. I was like, all this talk about Heart of Heaven, they're gonna like make us wait, and psych, it's Shin Shibuya. No, it's Heart of Heaven, and yeah, again, you know, gotta go back to that Angela. Do FlyQuest feel like they're not gonna get the better of that duel? Do they have to ban it out, or are they looking to try and go in a different direction?
Yeah, because the thing is, if you do invest bans onto the Angela, you open up the door when you're on 100 Thieves to other options, right? TTK, he doesn't always have to play the Angela. He's not an Angela one trick. He's still got a Magneto. He's still got a Doctor Strange. He's still got the Emma Frost as well. All of them very, very solid picks in the current meta. And I'm sure TTK, if he doesn't get access to Angela, it's just going to be that it's going to be just a tad bit more difficult to get those high ground control that he probably would want to go for.
And like I said earlier, you know, it doesn't really matter how good or how bad 100 Thieves is doing at any given moment, because this guy is always in conversation for one of the best Vanguard players, not just in Americas, but in the world. People in EMEA back in the day were still saying, yeah, that TTK guy, you gotta respect him when it comes to any of those Vanguard picks. And you just listed off like his entire hero pool, and I feel like that's only just scratching the surface. But chat, we're only just scratching the surface of this matchup here. Map number 2 and FlyQuest are gonna kick it off the same as we did before, a Mantis ban and a Gambit Protect.
And Cyclops will be the go-to option. Apart from the Rogue, from what we've been seeing
Bro
early
is
in
blurry.
playoffs, and yes, he just came back. He's still trying to get his vision in check. Either way, 100 Thieves will secure the one-sided Cyclops here.
There's some energy drinks. 100 Thieves are waking up, and that is a dangerous thing.
It's starting to
They won that first map in their sleep. Can you believe it?
There it is. Hello, self.
All right.
Oh, goodbye.
Hello. And hello to the one-sided Cyclops, and I think that is going to put a lot of pressure onto Tuzi, because Delana, like, we highlighted his hero pool, and I will swap over to the Bucky or the Hello in the Cyclops' band, but 100 Thieves being able to go straight for the Protect onto that one is going to, again, likely force that Elsa pick from Tuzi, and he's been great when it comes to that, but yeah, there it is. All right, yeah, we got to shift gears. We got to talk about that, Angela.
Yep,
it did, in fact, come through.
I mean,
and it really had to.
Yeah, we talked about it, right? Angela is very, very strong on the Heart of Heaven, making sure that you're able to control the high ground.
Is my dad here? Thank you, Dad. We got your food, but
check, and with how well TTK
you
played
delivered the
Angela
food and it kind of smelled a little
Husk,
funny.
If you go into a map where Angela is one of those power picks on Heart of Heaven, yeah, you got to take that away.
Daredevil is going to be taken away next by FlyQuest. So again, trying to tighten the screws on Self's hero pool just a little bit, but I mean, Self looked just fine when it came to the Star-Lord, and you can't ban the Star-Lord out anymore. You can only maybe protect it and try to get it one-sided, rely on some galactic flushes. I do think, you know, Melio did look to be a little bit better when it came to that Star-Lord.
It smells great.
It's gonna be the Luna.
Yeah, but it smells like your house.
FlyQuest still sticking to this very strategist-focused protect.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
100 Thieves pull the trigger here. Do they take away the Star-Lord? Because you don't have access to the Angela anymore, which means it's going to be a little bit more difficult to...
Thank you, Dad. Love you. I hope was the food good?
At least 100 Thieves, if they really do want to go that route, they could go for the Magneto, right? You still have that team up with the Gambit and the Magneto, so the Magneto will have a little bit more of that damage, as 100 Thieves will invest that final ban to...
Crow, by the way, appreciate the massive gift of sub.
Limit Cart's hero pool just a
appreciate
tiny
it.
But again, like, Cart is likely going to come out on the Venom. You know, we've seen a lot of that Venom, or, you know, again, the Hulk. We could see the Hulk come out to play. But I want to talk a little bit about this, about Cart, because he's not just the Hulk guy. His bag of tricks is so much deeper. Like, his Captain America does warrant a ban. It's that good. His Venom, I think, also could warrant a ban if, you know, Venom were a little bit more prior to FlyQuest roster. Every esports team under the sun always has some hard times where things get a little bit heated. You start to feel a little bit of pressure.
Show the food. Oh, it's
matches.
Downstairs right now. I think Emily's gonna heat it up and stuff.
With this team on scrims. I've listened to their comms.
My dad brought
food
food over like at 2 p.m. when I was taking a nap.
Back down and keeps the vibes positive, and that's the kind of thing that you don't really see on a scoreboard or on a KO feed, but it means the world of difference in situations like this.
Yeah, just like here, right? You're already down one map. Cart, like you said, has been the glue guy. Keep everyone's mental in check in this side of FlyQuest, as they have chosen to go towards the attacking side here as the gates will open
Holy shit,
up.
Wait,
no
someone on
Melio
YouTube
rolls out
said,
the
talking
Iron Man,
about
right?
barbecues, Somebody's house
surely
near
not.
me
Yeah,
blew
he's
up
gonna
while they
roll
were
out on-
there we
barbecuing.
go.
You know,
Our
still,
whole
there's
house
some
shook from the
aerodynamics, but
shockwave.
one that we're a little bit
What?
more familiar with is, you know, going to play
Oh
again
my
for those
God.
galactic flushes. So FlyQuest more or less
Jesus
playing exactly what they
Christ.
did on Celestial Hunt.
How does that even
but
happen?
different pick and ban
Propane? I
phase,
guess the
we'll
propane
see
tank
if it
blew
amounts
up? I
to a
don't...
victory for them as they look to try and control this high ground, but Self trying to use that spin move, that helicopter mode.
Were they
to
cooking the
take
fireworks? I just don't understand.
Techie down from on high. Regen domain forced that early on as Cart has dove in deep and put a little bit of pressure on the back line, but he'll be
Something with the
repelled as
propane?
Hellfire
That's
gets low.
scary, bro.
The first blood has already been found now in 2Z.
Yeah, use
We'll strike
charcoal.
it
I
for
like
Leia.
charcoal.
Yeah, we'll see if FlyQuest are able to keep that momentum going, or if 100 Thieves are able to stall out enough time to bring Delena back into this fight. Vinny gets so low, but great peel coming in from 100 Thieves to keep him stabilized. So now the stall is complete, and now 100 Thieves should be back to 6-man strong very soon. Techie does burn the BRB, and now FlyQuest and 100 Thieves now at an even 6 versus 6.
Techie just pushing the front line off of the point, guaranteeing that second tick for FlyQuest, and also forcing out the regen domain from 100 Thieves. So as they come back out of that choke, they're gonna force the copy as well. And FlyQuest, they simply leave. Wait, they found Delena. Where was Bro?
I don't know how Delena went down towards the tail end. Winnie is still
Delena-
holding on to the Raging Royal Flush. Uses it.
I don't know
at
why
the
he's
very
Delena 92,
last second
Chad. I
before
think
the
maybe
copy
that's
wears
just-
off.
I don't know.
So at the very least, 100 Thieves won't
I don't think he
fizzle out the God of
rebranded, but
Mischiefs.
also I
At the
don't
very
think
least, they'll
I don't know what the
try to, at
92 is
very
for
least,
because
zone away
he wasn't
FlyQuest,
born
but
in the 92.
Again, great
That means he's older than
disengagement
me.
from FlyQuest. They immediately
That's an
recognize, hey, we
emote?
already got 2 ticks. Let's just get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they got 2 ticks and they got a major ult out, and a little bit of discord between the front and back lines of 100 Thieves. They're going to be kicking themselves for that one, but FlyQuest are going to be doing some kicking for them. Regen domain forced out again. 2Z holding on to that Apex Predator.
I think last time they met, 100 Thieves won this map, so see if they
like you said,
do it
coming
again.
Through, keeping 2Z alive, keeping him out of the throes of that strangling prison, but his Self comes back. Wolverine with
Oh,
a
this is gonna be
gun
fat.
now.
This is
Don't
gonna be
know where he
fat.
got
I can
that.
tell it's gonna be
Someone take
fat.
it away from him. Cart will be bursted down.
Oh!
Large rocks down
Oh!
catches
Oh!
on to everybody from 100 Thieves, and FlyQuest will catch this first point.
Yeah, can we talk about that KO feed for a second? What in the world was that? Someone needs to clip that. Someone needs to screenshot that because I've never seen that before. Self Wolverine with a gun icon on the KO feed?
Wait, was there actually a gun icon for Wolverine? That's funny.
There's a Punisher rifle. There's not even a Punisher in play. I don't know where he
Wait,
got that.
Wait, that's funny, dude. That's funny.
I mean, if you're FlyQuest, you're gonna hope that it doesn't. But 100
Oh, that
Thieves
was a really
gonna
awkward
come on
portal.
through with that adamantium resolve. A nice little portal, but Techie is gonna skew herself in midair. It's traded out for velocity, but if you're FlyQuest, you're okay with these trades because your spawn door is right there. 100 Thieves are just hoping to try and bleed out some time, but they may be bleeding out members of Melee. Say about it. They'll teleport back out to safety, give a little bit more ground to 100 Thieves, but FlyQuest, one by one, they will be falled, and gonna be a pause coming out as 100 Thieves, I think, are still trying to wonder.
This
What
is
the
giving
heck
me
happened between the
flashbacks.
start
It's
of
giving me
this map and now?
flashbacks. Dallas
I
R.
mean, like, FlyQuest
North
have
Virginia
looked to be
R.
waking up a lot here. They've locked things in. Addressing that TTK is just way too strong on the Angela and taking it away here on Heart of Heaven is proving to do so much of that work, right? And FlyQuest, you got to talk about that fight as well, right? Disengaging completely from that offensive move that 100 Thieves were trying to do with the Raging Royal Flush meant that
Oh, you
when
can see,
FlyQuest
you can
went
see
for
the, you can see
clapback,
from
they
his
just
glasses.
straight up didn't have to worry about the Raging Royal Flush.
Yeah, it's just so easy. Like, it's so easy to read a play
Okay.
like that coming out. A big mistake.
So they
coming
are
out
still
from
paused. He's not
from,
moving or anything.
From 100
Just
Thieves,
making
rather,
sure.
and FlyQuest are able to seize
Yep.
the opportunity. And again, I don't know where Delena was that he wasn't able to, at the very least, get the healing from that Raging Royal Flush.
Oh,
maybe
are we
keep
back?
him
Are we back?
alive, But you know, FlyQuest sniffed him out like a truffle pig, and they were able to just take him down so quickly and
Oh,
so
we're back,
easily,
chat.
and
Only 1 minute
100 Thieves
pause.
can't
Wow.
even make the
The
most of
last
that
time we
distraction,
paused
so
was a
FlyQuest
45
just parlay that
minute
into a
pause.
first point
So it's,
cap
this
and a
one was
little bit more
45
cart
times
progress as
shorter.
Melania will be the last
Crazy.
to fall, and this cart's gonna start rolling.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get out of this little low ground as soon as possible, right? Self and Delena could be absolutely devastating with their ultimates if everyone on FlyQuest are stacked up in this lower choke point, and they will just barely get that convoy right out of the low ground before 100 Thieves even have an angle.
They're gonna have a lot of ults, and they're also gonna have the spawn on their side. Ruby Rage, and Cart is on a sliver of HP. He'll be cleaned up, but rezzed back. Now winning again with a Rage and Royal Flush, and this time, FlyQuest are ready for it again as Melio in
With
the
his
sky
army
with that Galactic
ready.
Legend pressuring 100 Thieves back. They don't want to show face up against that or risk losing another one. Melania is under a ton of pressure in the backline up from that veil of smoke. FlyQuest are lurking. They'll deal with Techie. A good ground coming out there from Vinny, and that is going to be an easy KO, and 100 Thieves getting themselves back in control.
TTK is holding on to that Meteor M in case something goes awry, whether it be it was possibly Techie on the Heaven's Retribution, but switches over to the Elsa Bloodstone. TUZI good to go in with the Apex Predator, and that nets him 2 frags.
I mean, again, 100 Thieves are just so split. Like, half the team was looking for Melio in the backline. They can't even confirm that Elim, and TUZI capitalize on it, and now 100 Thieves forced to collect themselves again coming into this next fight with the aforementioned Meteor M and a Rage and Royal Flush to boot, but a CYA from Zelos could potentially best both of them, and if that fails, there's going to be another Royal Flush this time on Velocity's side to keep this one going for FlyQuest. The CYA is going to be the opening salvo here. Meteor M to absorb the bulk of the damage, but it pops like a balloon. He doesn't get anything from it. Too much damage coming out, and now the Royal Flush. They have to try and invest in this one, but Velocity is happy to call their bluff. Goes in with it. TTK taking down Cart. The early frag going 100 Thieves' way, but they need a little bit more to stave off FlyQuest for the time being. Techie's health bar is super low, but Vinny's is gone. TUZI took it away. Hit Techie gonna be taken away as well. Delana cleaning him up, and 100 Thieves getting their feet beneath them.
Yeah, just before the second checkpoint, they're able to bring things together, but Cart looks to change that. Great jump onto Melania. Winnie's able to get the copy steal onto Velocity. Melania already went down, which means he had to be forced to use it onto the enemy
looked like a
gambit,
big roll.
and 100 Thieves are able to pull up the defense.
The Ruby Rage from Delana finding a hit, strikes gold. And 100 Thieves are able to get themselves in the driver's seat here, and this is where Heart of Heaven gets real spooky. If you only have a minute left in the time bank, the spawns for both sides are so close that it's an even fight. It's a war of attrition to try and get through, but Melio, he was bred for war. A Galactic Legend is going to force out the regen domain. Heartbreaker in response from Vinny, but Techie is trying to lock him down with the Sonic Seduction, but nobody from 100 Thieves is feeling all that seduced, as a matter of fact.
Wait, there was a lot of...
Trucks gets canceled. Self with the last stand takes him for a ride and will take Cart to boot, and that is an easy two-piece on 100 Thieves.
I was about to say that mind control got 2 people in the back.
400 Thieves. Now we're going into final fight territory. 30 seconds left on the timer for FlyQuest. If they want to make something happen, Zelos has to find ways to initiate with the CYA. The timing has to be right now, but TTK with the Meteor could easily use it as a defense mechanism for 100 Thieves.
Cart is lurking. The unforeseen threat has now been seen, and Delana taking down TUZI again. He'll be rezzed back up, but
yeah, I think FlyQuest might win this though. They have both support ults. Unless Millennia gets his, they can match.
Doesn't need no ult. He'll take down TUZI the good old-fashioned way.
TTK got a pick.
No
Interesting.
Save for that Royal Flush, but is there going to be anybody around to use it?
Wait, why is Velocity not using his ult, bro? It's been this is last fight, bro.
Some presence in this front line and continue to pressure. Royal Flush now coming out, but it's going to be reciprocated by Melania. Is the damage going to be there? No, Techie gets bursted down, and 100 Thieves laying siege to this cart and not letting FlyQuest have that last crucial inch on point B. They're still alive, still pressuring, still trying to make something happen, but Delana looks to snatch it away from them. Another Ruby Rage. The Glar track from TUZI finally comes out. It catches onto one, but it's not going to be cleaned up. Velocity taking down Vinny, and Cart with a haymaker taking down Self, and hold on a second.
No way, bro. There's no way 100 Thieves is losing that fight.
From Cart says catch, and did he catch onto anybody? Clobber in time on deck, but he has to get out. 3% left to go. Another res, but the Cart inching one by one, step by step closer.
Come on, Self.
Next checkpoint.
Self, you gotta be a hero. Come on, Self.
Comes out. Vinny with another
good TP, good TP.
With another last stand, taking 2 away. And that
two.
might be it for FlyQuest. They might not be able to get
They got the
this
rocket
cap,
ult again.
but they're not
They gotta
giving
shoot the
up.
rocket ult. It's half
CYA
HP
coming out.
already.
Self rips it to
Oh my
ribbons,
god.
has to pay
That's
for it with
fine.
his life
Traded
of
your life for the
Velocity.
ultimate
Saw that
ability.
one
That's
coming
good.
a
That's
mile
good.
away.
TTK.
And FlyQuest still not out
TTK.
of it.
It's your time to be
Oh
LeBron
my,
James.
This fight is going longer
TTK.
and longer. It's the power
LeBron.
in favor of 100 Thieves. It is so close to that second checkpoint. TTK looking to take advantage of it. Cart's gonna go down. Overtime at a sliver.
No, I think,
and
okay,
both teams
chat,
are
more
not
ults
giving
are coming up. More
FlyQuest
ults
can't
are coming
get off
up,
this
bro.
spot for even a second, but Melio wants to claim it for his own. The last
No
stand, but he
kills.
goes
Oh, they
right
got
into
Melio.
the regen domain, and this domain belongs to 100 Thieves. A Ruby Rage from Delana and an Elim onto TUZI.
Oh, damn. There's the kill feed, chat. There's the kill feed.
Thieves will stand their ground.
Nice. Nice.
The power of being held at second on Heart of Heaven. FlyQuest, unfortunately,
Nice.
just couldn't
They're
find
looking
a winning
good,
move
bro.
theirself.
They're
Had to
looking
come up
good.
huge with that last stand onto 2, and with those 2 quick
They
eliminations
are
in quick
looking
succession, just
good,
meant
bro.
that
Delena, wow.
just
I'm very
FlyQuest
surprised.
just
Delena
ran
has
out of
3
gas there,
deaths.
could not
Usually
find
he
a way
has
to
like
recover
20.
because 100 Thieves, it just felt like,
It's good.
at least in the first half of that entire overtime
Dude.
fight, they were always at a man disadvantage. They always were down 1, maybe 2 members. But because of how close that spawn room was to that second checkpoint, 100 Thieves had a world of advantage in terms of getting that retake down.
Jay trying to
And
go for a
100
bad
Thieves,
pick.
props to them for
What do you mean
being
I'm trying to
able
go
to
for-
stall time and time
If I
again
vote
to make
FlyQuest
sure
is
that
going to
once
win,
they are
I still
regrouped
want
at
100
6,
Thieves to
they
do
go for the
well.
finishing blow.
And what a rebound, right, for 100
What?
Thieves for how disastrous that first point defense was to be able to stand your ground and deny the second point cap. That is everything because it does set yourself up for another map win here. And 100 Thieves, like, you know, yeah, like you said it, like being able to stand your ground there with the spawn advantage is everything. That does mean that FlyQuest are going to have to do the very same but better in order to get themselves on the board for their map pick. And 100 Thieves, like, they're rolling right now. They're going to be feeling themselves after a rebound like that. They
TTK
got
knows.
their mojo back.
Wait, TTK better know you doubted him on the channel again.
Now,
Bro, listen.
Where does FlyQuest
Every time I
adjust?
vote
They're
for
gonna
100 Thieves to win, they always
try-
lose.
They thought about utilizing the Hella No More team up, but no, it's just going to be Amelio on the Hella. The more favored hit scan option over things like, what, maybe the Elsa Bloodstone that Tuzi could have ran is going to go for the Star Wars instead. Could have also been the Phoenix, but that has fallen out of favor towards the late stages of stage 1 here, as the portal going to be the initial move here for 100 Thieves.
It takes the high ground away from FlyQuest and forces them to scatter, and now Melio doesn't have the angle that he wants. In fact, he's staring down the barrel of disaster, but Techie will bring him back from the brink with a kidnap there onto Self. It's traded up for Cart, though. That'll be res back up with the BRB, so FlyQuest able to stand tall for now, and if they can keep this defense going, bleed out this time bank, maybe they stand a chance of taking this map back.
About that, Melio looking to find that hit scan onto Vinny will confirm that elimination.
Nice skin choice.
FlyQuest so far winning out in that first fight, making sure that they're able to stall out the aggression coming in from 100 Thieves with the portal play up into the high ground right in front of that first checkpoint. As the rest of FlyQuest just building up those ultimates, trying to find that opening opportunity, but with FlyQuest being positioned so high up, it's so hard for 100 Thieves to take them down.
Yeah, no portal, so they can't reclaim that high ground, and you can see TTK just swinging hands saying, please come down here, please fight me. Like,
We don't fight.
Yeah, like a dog barking at a cat up a tree, but FlyQuest
That's one
eventually
thing
will
I
have to
don't like
come
about
down
melee
and face
characters,
that
chat. I hate
particular
that.
hound, but they will have the tools
That's
to be
why I
able to
like
do
hit
so
scan
before
so
long.
much.
Regen Domain already forced
I don't
out
know
from
how
winning, but
melee
Cart
players can
gets
see
caught out
someone,
and
but
once again burns the BRB,
can't hit
so
them, bro,
still a
because they
full
have
6v6,
just
and 100
melee.
Thieves stuck
If
in
I
this
see
little
someone, I
economy.
wanna hit
Winnie
them.
wants to get him a
I
way
can't.
out, and that's gonna be that Rage Royal Flush that comes out, and the damage is just so good. But Melio puts Winnie down with a thorn to the dome, and another for Delena, and that is gonna be that fight put to bed.
Gotta get the high ground, bro.
so
Gotta
easily
get
with
the
just
high
two
ground.
simple clicks.
Well, at the very least,
I feel like
Millennia will
100
come back
Thieves
in the
just
next
wasted
fight
2
with
minutes doing
another
absolutely
rotation
nothing.
Of the Raging Royal Flush. The issue is Velocity and Zealous could easily shut
they-
it down. Tuzi also
they TP'd to the
pressuring
high
that
ground and
Galactic
did nothing.
Legend is going to try to team up with either the CYA or the Royal Flush. We will see how FlyQuest decide to approach this, because they know Millennia is going to want to trigger this Raging Royal Flush for 100 Thieves to, at the very least, maybe try to get another tick of this checkpoint.
Oh no, Cart was outside of the range of the BRB that time around. Either that or it wasn't off cooldown, but nevertheless, that casualty is going to be permanent now, and he won't be there for this Royal Flush coming out. Goddess of Death now coming up from Melio to try and catch someone off guard, but the healing from that Royal Flush is going to be too much to bear, so they have no choice but to mirror it. Tuzi
No,
with the
no, no,
Galactic
no. That was a
Flush,
huge play by
between the
Tuzi.
1-2
Tuzi
punch of
pushed
him
them
and
into
Melio,
that room,
he'll
and then
take
Melio
it
was able to hit them with the
Velocity
ult.
a 2-piece, and
Velocity
again,
with the
FlyQuest
2K as
snatching victory
well.
from the jaws of defeat, and only a minute
Yo,
and
100
15 left in
Thieves,
the
what are we
time
doing,
bank
bro?
to complete the full hold.
That was an
I feel
insane
like
pincer move.
100
Melio
Thieves
on the
right now
left
is just
side, on
like,
the
you
right
know,
side,
doing this.
FlyQuest's POV, and
They're
then
just
Tuzi
like-
on the left just meant that 100 Thieves, if you did not,
They gotta-
if
they
you
gotta
left
make a
that
move,
shrine,
bro.
You were completely wiped out. There was no option for 100 Thieves. They had to be forced to stack
What's it
together,
called?
trying to
Twiddling
take
the
refuge
thumbs
in
or
the
something?
regen domain out of Winnie. But once
Like-
those greens are gone, you guys are also going to be gone, as they have to look for the reset once again. Great positioning, great placement of these ultimates coming in from FlyQuest.
Finny is going to be able to put Techie down for the time being. Again, it's res back up, but Finny has been fighting so hard to try and dislodge Velocity and THIEVES from this high ground and hasn't been able to do it. Techie has been a thorn in his side and often one in his chest. Quite often, every single time. And now Techie with the Heaven's Retribution going in, looking to put those Axes of Ichor to work. He's going to have to put up the shield, but it's enough to give Melio a clean shot onto Winnie. And
20 seconds, bro. They're going to need a TP.
At this final
Who's
fight.
going to TP, though? Delena? Delena's 50% ult. No? They're going to try to make it?
It should be off cooldown by
They
now for
have
100
chat.
Thieves, but they do have
They
two
have
Rage and Royal Flushes
5
at the
ults
ready.
right now.
The
I
first one
swear to
will
God,
be
if they
used
don't
at
win
the
this
very
next
least, try to get
fight...
entry onto the mission area. Can FlyQuest hold it off?
It was an early Royal Flush. They know it's coming. Self looking for the last stand, but he misses. He whiffs. It's
Oh,
a
he
loud
missed his
break,
abilities and
Techie
also
is
missed
gonna
his
carve
ult, chat.
TTK
Oh,
down and Tuesday
no.
with the very same to Delena
Oh,
up in the
no,
sky with the
bro. He
galactic
just
flush.
bricked
Sorry,
it,
was
man.
the
He
CYA
bricked
plus
it.
the Royal Flush, and Melio feeling the full pressure of Self with that Royal Flush coming out the other way. Melania taking down Techie. Melio will be res back up, but Winnie felled by Cart, and it feels like FlyQuest are getting the better of this one as Melio takes the skies with the Goddess of Death. It's a portal play from TTK to try and keep 100 Thieves in this fight, but Melio with another taking down Self, and it feels like it's all over but the crying. 100 Thieves doing their best to try and wipe their tears away and keep themselves in the fight, but another portal play now, this time from Techie to keep FlyQuest at full strength for the rest of this fight, and there's a Royal Flush on deck. And
I don't think 100 Thieves wins this, chat.
Do just that, the damage,
That was a good ult by Velocity, too. I don't think 100 Thieves wins this. I think that's a GR. We're going to be tied 1-1. Nope.
Will tie up the score 1-1.
Damn.
A wake-up call
That was a
has
really
been
good hold
initialized
by
on
100 Thieves
FlyQuest.
on
They
second
make
point,
this a
but it
series.
doesn't
We're tied
matter
up
because that was
1-1
only half
off
the
of a
game.
full hold
Usually your
from
ranked teammates would hit
FlyQuest.
FF if you guys didn't cap
Coming
that
in,
second.
especially onto
They would have
the
gave up. They would have won
of FlyQuest.
Black
But
Widow,
also
but
a
like,
shout out
yeah,
to Techie doing so much
that was a
work on
huge
the Angela.
hold,
We talked
bro.
about how strong the Angela is on the Heart of Heaven, and he has shown why it is so damn strong to at the very least enable both Melio and Tuzi.
I think the game changer right there was Self.
The Angela pick from Techie
I think
looks just
Self,
so much
when he
better when
went
it's
in there
unmirrored.
and saw the Star-Lord
Thieves are gonna
ult,
have to
he
take a
missed his
good,
abilities,
hard,
and then
long
after
look
he
at
missed
the
his
mirror
abilities,
and
he
see
tried
what
to
their
go
next
back
move
and
is
try to
going to
ult
be.
him,
Remember, it's
but completely
elimination
missed,
station for
and I don't even
both
think he
teams.
hit
Their
that
current
rocket he was
lives
aiming
hanging in
for.
the balance. And we've got map number 3 right after this.
Damn, bro. And that's crazy, man. Damn, bro. Yep. Hey, this is a good game, though. This is a good game. I don't think they get nervous, though, chat. At this point in these guys' careers, they've been playing so much, I don't think they're getting nervous. Unless someone put in their mind that this is do or die, and if you lose this, you go home. And if you win this, though, you continue. TTK is not nervous, bro. TTK is 20. He's not 40 like you. I don't even get nervous when I play in matches anymore. Did you not see me at the World Cup? Put some respect on me, chat. Also, I played with TTK on LAN. We literally won the TwitchCon games against who was it? Team Necros and Boger and everything. And he was cool, calm, and collected. Self-gas 3. Oh, I have a lot of that, bro. Especially after popcorn. Oof. Sunflower seeds do it the worst, though. Oh, wait. Hold up, chat. Hold up. This is my bang. This is a banger. You and TTK playing LAN win. Actually, Emily was on our team, too. Emily, it was my team at LAN for TwitchCon was me, Emily, TTK, Quesadilla, Fan, and Rain Hell. Yeah, we had a... I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, too. It was a really great edit. J3 TwitchCon Rivals. Yeah, this. Right here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, the lights were. What the hell is that? What the? Okay, we're gonna get off of that real quick. I don't know what YouTube has become. Jesus Christ! Thought I saw hentai for a second. Jesus Christ! Yo, that is not, nope, chat, that is not a targeted ad. I do, no, stop. Okay, you caught me. I love tentacles. No, bro, what? It's not targeted ads, man. I guarantee you, if I go back to my YouTube again, I won't see it. Hey, I got some Espa, though. Nothing. 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 These are videos. That was an ad. Well, I was looking for ads, bro. I didn't see it again. That was incognito mode. Bro, you guys are ridiculous, man. What do you even watch on YouTube? Nothing really. I don't even have a cell phone anymore. My cell phone's locked and broken and what? Yeah, I'm not reading YouTube chat anymore. You guys lost your privilege of me reading you guys. I'm sorry. I'm not reading you guys anymore. Jay, I don't know what's wrong with me, but my butthole stays chapped. Yeah, I'm done. Nope. No more. Nope. No one cares about YouTube chat anyway. Whoa, I do. YouTube chat has 2,000 people in it, bro. But for some reason, YouTube only liked the stream 400 times. Chat, what's going on over there in YouTube, bro? Also, get a bidet. Rich people language. A bidet is not rich people language. You could go to Costco and buy a bidet for $25. Chat. Get a bidet. It will change your life. My dad makes $19 an hour, and we have one.
Farewell tour, or
see,
will
your dad's goated. Tell your dad I love him.
Being taken out to the curb. Only time will tell, as the score is even Stevens here after match number 2. FlyQuest get themselves back in the W column.
I mean, it was off of some incredible coordination from the entirety of FlyQuest.
Is it me or that guy's mic's quiet?
Right? It was very, very difficult to pinpoint who was the true MVP, because it felt like, at the very least, it was at least both Tuesday.
I live in Europe. Where the hell do I find a bidet? I don't know, bro. Europe is lost. They don't even know. They can't even find an AC unit.
Goddess of Death on the right side, Galactic Legend on the left, and we call that the illusion of choice.
Well, there was a clear choice when we chose our MVP for that matchup, and it was going to be Tuesday. You know, one of those threats.
What? Don't get mad at me, chat.
Thieves, they had to pick their poison. Like
Europe
you say,
is lost.
Illusion of choice,
you guys don't even know where the seasoning is.
Well, this way
no,
was
I'm
the
joking.
wrong way.
I've been to
Tuesday
London. They have good food. They have good food.
32-6 with 30k damage and 51.1%. accuracy. I know a lot of that is going to be with the Elsa, but it's still impressive to pull up a hero like the Star-Lord and still manage to have that level of precision.
Oh. Did the casters die? Okay, I'll be the caster.
You'll have a reliable way to, at the very down, where
Never mind.
this Star-Lord
I was going to cast for you guys.
Where he's going to in like an off angle, right? He could show up one and he can reposition.
Hey, don't talk on my London lads, little man. I love London, bro. London was a great time. When I went there and experienced it for the first time.
Like some of these fights though, it feels so
the train system was fun. I like the what do you call it?
And it gets kind of
transportation
hard to call,
system.
But then you do have situations where, like,
I went to some areas,
kind of do whatever he wants because, you know, while there's this
the only thing I was scared about is getting stabbed.
Down below,
I mean, you guys make fun of US for getting shot. I was scared I was going to get stabbed.
He would, like, you know, fly high, pick his target, take the duel, win the duel, put them down, and he was able to put 100 Thieves down and FlyQuest take that first win. And we also got to shout out Melio as well, 27-4. Like, bro was clicking some of those heads. There was a couple of fights where it felt like 100 Thieves had a shot, and then Melio just hits a couple quick headshots, and it's all
I've been on
done.
the New York
it's
subway.
Gone. Like, your opportunity
Actually,
to try
funny enough,
and make magic,
the
just
profile
taken away
picture
from you
of my
with a couple
Twitch,
of
I don't know if you guys
headshots.
see
I
it.
think that's the power of the
it's actually in New York. I used to do photography, and I went to New York for photography, and that was actually.
But
I've done a lot of things over there.
100 Thieves are going to be looking to try and get themselves back in the driver's seat. It's going to be their map pick, and I'm wondering which map they're going to take it to. Dan, you and I have a theory based on some recent history.
Yeah, if the pattern goes according to plan, 100 Thieves should be thinking about the Museum of Contemplation, and it makes sense, right? We've already played on Domination, we've already played on Convergence, and now we go into Convoy. The only game mode left, and 100 Thieves really love to pick that Museum of Contemplation here in the playoffs.
And it's the map that they, I believe that's the map that they beat Swamp Gaming on, where they made, you know, who we thought was one of the best teams in the region, and still very well might be, but, you know, not able to contest with DLC
where are we going,
the same
chat?
way
Are we going
as
to
they once
museum?
could,
Please tell me we're not going to museum.
The map pick is coming on through.
Let's go to
Once
Morocco.
again, they're going to make us wait for it, Dan. It's surely got to be museum, and indeed it is. We called it.
I mean, it's been the comfort pick, not just for 100 Thieves, but it feels like for almost every single team here in the Americas, right? There's a lot of teams that have picked Museum of Contemplation.
I can't hear this guy, bro. I think this guy's whispering.
We've experienced it first, right? Where Museum was just everywhere.
Sounds like me when I wake up and I'm trying to not wake up Emily.
At least during the preseason, and it looks like that infection has spread all the way over to EMEA and the Americas.
It didn't take long for that contagion to break, and then for everybody to reach Museum
of Contemplation. The best thing that Marvel Rivals can do right now is take out. I hope they have a different map pool for the next stage, stage 2, and all that stuff, bro. I don't want to see museum anymore.
If it's in your toolbox,
no, I like museum, but when you watch it 49 times a day, it kind of does get too repetitive. Also, Color Jade with the massive
for that Adam Warlock
tier 1 sub. How you doing? How you doing?
You know, I do kind of anticipate that's what they're going to be coming out here with, but I'm wondering if FlyQuest will have scouted that out as well and may try to adapt on the fly here.
And it all comes down here in the ban draft. Maybe the Angela becomes addressed one more time. Angela's still a very strong map here on the Museum of Contemplation. If you're able to get that Assassin's Charge and then put them in a corner where it's out to the line of sight.
We just need more maps. True! I can't hear this guy. Am I the only one? I'm not even. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I can't hear him. Also, the last 2 maps have been 18 versus 18 maps, bro.
Some of those offensive options from 100 Thieves by getting rid of the rocket very early and then securing the gambit.
I do, again, like the rocket ban. I think, you know, FlyQuest have been using the rocket quite well as of late, and 100 Thieves will have an opportunity to ban it out with the second ban slot here as they lock in that one-sided Cyclops again, trying to give Delena his favorite tool. But, you know, as we've discussed, you know, even when you fall back to some of these secondary hit scan looks, Tuzi has still looked stellar, whether it's on the Elsa, whether it's on the Star-Lord, whether it's on anything else. And, you know, you call it out. There's a rocket protect coming out from FlyQuest, but the Angela ban as well.
Yeah, and the exact same spot as map number 2 is where FlyQuest pulled the trigger, denied TTK from that Angela. I mean, it's good. There's a good reason why, right? He's been so strong on that hero, and especially on Heart of Heaven. If he got his hands on that, there was a world where 100 Thieves could be running away with this series, but 100 Thieves, however, get a good look, right? They know that FlyQuest have the Gambit and the Rocket Raccoon, so you take away one of those picks that is really, really strong in terms of synergizing with either of those
late Gambit save.
and it's going to be the Star-Lord.
I think FlyQuest have the opportunity to mirror that Star-Lord ban now. As you know, you were kind of forced into a situation where you have to ban, or you have to protect the Gambit in that last slot, or risk giving it up one-sided. FlyQuest instead going to ban the low.
You guys say
so
creators have
Thieves able to
influence and can
sneakily get a
contact
one-sided
them.
Star-Lord here. I do think that might favor them on the attacking side a fair bit. Is now you're gonna be wondering, all right, so THIEVES can
That's how much influence I have.
Like he can't play the Star-Lord. He's probably gonna play the Elsa, or something a little bit more hit scanny. What exactly does Melio play now that Star-Lord's not an option?
I mean, we've seen him cook on the Ella in map number 2. Could be a chance that
you mean don't beg on YouTube?
FlyQuest on the defensive side for now as 100 Thieves. This is their map choice. This is their comfort pick as we head into the round. 100 Thieves will start out on the attacking side first and foremost. First FlyQuest
What's up?
Looking to be on the defensive side. And CB, I gotta point this out, right? We haven't been seeing a whole lot of that triple coming out here today.
And we're getting an interesting triple look from Fly. No, actually we're not. That's not a triple. I lied. Psych. They've got a duelist, and of course it was THIEVES on the Elsa. You know what's crazy is I said that as I was staring right at that Elsa. Like, oh yeah, she's a Vanguard now, totally. No, we haven't seen a whole lot of triple here. A couple of teams have run it here and there, but I anticipate, like, if that comes out, it's likely going to be 100 Thieves on their defensive side. But as they go first up to bat on the attacking side, they are going for something a little bit front to back, a little bit brawl heavy, but still making some space for Delena on that Cyclops. FlyQuest out with a triple, but still an interesting triple strategist lineup. Melio on that Ultron is going to give THIEVES a fair bit of damage boost and also a fair bit of pocket. And Cart is also going to be on an off angle. You can see Vinny already trying to scout out, looking behind, trying to see where that Venom may be lurking, where it's striking. Psych, it's right in front of you. A nice wall to stop any follow-up damage from coming through. His Cart
I do like TTK on the Emma, bro.
Right back up to his old stomping grounds.
And Winnie, though, already halfway towards that Raging Royal Flush. It almost seems like 100 Thieves are actually funneling all the heals for Winnie to get his Raging Royal Flush before any ultimate is available on the side of FlyQuest. Look at Winnie, already at 75. No one is close to that ultimate to match what
they didn't let TTK die here.
Surely FlyQuest has scouted this out. Like, they know they've done a lot of damage and the ult should be coming online. Cart tries to find the Elam onto Winnie. THIEVES does take down Vinny, and it won't slow down the Raging Royal Flush, but at the very least it'll make Winnie think twice before popping it, as Techie finds 2 with the tail end of that fight. That gives FlyQuest a little bit of breathing room.
That is very clutch for FlyQuest. Now it gives FlyQuest some room to build up those ultimates. Techie is going to be the main man to task at sustaining the 100 Thieves push that Winnie is about to provide for them. THIEVES, though, is going to try to get the jump.
Oh, nice cleanse. Nice cleanse. I would be tilted if I was THIEVES.
As Techie is going to want to use the Silent Seduction, but no, isn't able to have it in time. But at the very least, FlyQuest are able to stabilize.
Extermination event incoming.
Whoa, Delena looks a lot like
THIEVES. They really wish they would have gotten something with that Raging Royal Flush, but it's just not coming. So FlyQuest will pressure them back once again. And
whoa, Melio looks a lot like Delena.
He keeps going to that same angle, that same pinch.
Whoa,
Thieves to step into his domain.
Techie's TTK?
Sonic Seduction, a nice little wall in his face to try and stop the charms from coming through. But FlyQuest will still find those charms, and now Cart going in, looking to take a bite out of
Cart
Prime,
is
but
Vinny?
with the invisible boundary going to make it quite difficult, and the Force is to pull him right back into the fire. The Ruby Rage, but Delano couldn't see what he was shooting at, so he's not going to find anything with that one, and now TTK has to try and make it happen with that Sonic Seduction, but Cart so far away, looking at that backline. Invisible boundary now from FlyQuest as they stand their ground. They do not allow 100 Thieves to take even an inch in this fight.
A great job.
Who's a hero that can cleanse here? Gambit.
The strategist on 100 Thieves. So if 100 Thieves want to go for those offensive moves, it gets so much more difficult because you have to deal with Carts one way or another. Velocity is able to get the copy onto Zealous with the invisible boundary, and now FlyQuest looking to try to stabilize because they did lose THIEVES quite early in that engagement.
But they were able to trade that one out for Self later on. So FlyQuest are doing a good job of making it hurt every time they take a punch. So they're not going down too easily here. But another Royal Flush may be a punch that they cannot repel, as there's no Stratus Ultimates online, and Techie is going to be feeling the full force of that. And Self, identifying his attack helicopter, going to go back in and carve the backline to bits. Goes in again to try and take down Cart. Can't hit the Pharaoh Leap. Cart's still going to be lurking back there. But there's another Predator to the front line. It's the Apex Predator from THIEVES, and he finds two! Vinny and TTK taken off to the Shadow Realm, and the Rage of Ultron from Melio will repel 100 Thieves, and with 40 seconds left, only one more crack at it.
Yep, 100 Thieves need to get a move on. We are closing in on final fight territory.
I'm pretty sure that's Self, not...
need to come up huge with either the Last Stand or the Invisible Boundary, because right
Top
now
tiered
this might
Techie.
be their best opportunity. FlyQuest don't have any ultimates coming up online anytime soon. It's only going to be eyes on Cart and Techie. If they're able to get their ultimates online ready to go, Self is able to isolate Cart for a little bit, but he's able to swing himself to safety. But again, FlyQuest need to come up huge with this anti-heal or the CC, but Cart already going down is already bad news.
Oh, Velocity getting caught out. Regen Domain already forced out. Delana wants every bit of this duel, and I still teleport out. Hello? FlyQuest have just stand-up snapped the 100 Thieves. They're all gone. Delana, he's furious. The Ruby Rage will take down Velocity, finally winning that duel, but FlyQuest have seemingly won the war as they will full hold 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves had the ult advantage. Where was the trigger? Felt like somewhere...
They never pulled it.
Yeah, somewhere it got jammed, it feels like. Everyone 100 Thieves kind of just went down without pressing the Q button. And FlyQuest kind of just
That's fine, chat. They just came out with a new update. If you keep your ult, you save it for the next round.
Here and there.
There's a new update.
But then FlyQuest out of nowhere are just
like
able
King of the
to
Hill.
pull a miracle out of a hat despite being so behind in that ultimate economy, and we're just able to fight it out in the neutral.
And they pulled a couple of miracles out of the hat. Like, let's be honest, like, even the fight before that, FlyQuest didn't really have a good utility to deal with that Rage and Royal Flush. So FlyQuest just bait 100 Thieves in, and Tuzi pulls the trigger on that Glartrox and sends the front line careening off a cliff. And that's that's one way to win a fight. I can tell you for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that'll do it.
It might be the winning.
What do you mean ban everyone that predicted FlyQuest?
Already going
FlyQuest is winning, bro. I predicted FlyQuest.
Only 4 final hits, but they were all pretty much.
But they're on the old patch now. This is the chat. They're on the patch that we're
very
playing
high
on
impact,
right now.
and bailing FlyQuest out of fights where they really had no business winning, and they might get a whole map win off the back of it. And
also, wait a minute, was that?
Thieves,
wait, go back.
No.
Millennia, 100%
Winning, and they might
accuracy.
get a whole
Wait,
map
damn,
win
wait.
off
I think
the
he's
back
cheating.
of it. And here we get to have all eyes on the thighs once again. TTK on that Emma.
See if he's able to influence, at the very least, the lane control that is on the Museum of Contemplation. It feels like Museum is just very similar to Midtown, right? These picks that are so strong at controlling those lanes, things like the Emma Frost, things like the Ultron that Melio played on the defensive side, just provides so much of that pressure in the main area, and it feels like FlyQuest were just able to handle it time and time again. Also, shout out to Tuzi on the Elsa Bloodstone, because that Glartrox also controls a whole lane.
And speaking of controlling lanes, Cart doesn't matter whether it's attack or defense. This one back here is where he wants to control
you had that
himself.
kill, man.
He doesn't want that
fumbled.
smoke, and he knows where there's smoke, there is fire, and you can't seem to put out the fire inside of Cart right now. Melio is going to try and get a kidnap, but it's just not going to come through. 100 Thieves are able to stand tall for the time being, but like you mentioned, Dan, that Glartrox for Tuzi, it's going to be a ticking time bomb because it's been a fight win every time, and Vinny stepping into the snare, nearly fell there. Carbon Crush and Tuzi will put him down. You know the difference between birdshot and buckshot? Vinny can tell you the difference, and maybe Self will have a thing or two to say about it as well. Zealous will be pierced by the Ice Arts from Delana, and hold on a second, 100 Thieves are returning fire here, and there's no one to heal up this front line, so FlyQuest, they will be stuck.
Huge pick. Zealous was about to prep the CYA, but it immediately got taken out. And because, like you said, no heals on FlyQuest means they have to go for the soft reset, fight another
yes,
day.
the best of 5.
But that gives 100 Thieves more
Chat,
time.
right here, these little
on
markings, right here on the top of the screen, those 3 markings, that tells you the map score. FlyQuest 1-1,
He needs it. He's going to impress them, but
notice how
it's
there's
not
2
forcing out
empty
any
boxes.
resources.
That
The Rage and Royal Flush, now that TTK is out of position, and he has to use the Carbon Crush and the kick just to get back. Ruby Rage from the Delana to try and catch out FlyQuest on the engage, but they know their limits and they are testing them. A Glartruck is going to push 100 Thieves to their limit, and now THIEVES left all alone in this angle. Delana trying to take the duel, but Cart is there, Techie is there, and Delana, he just can't seem to find his friends. Where have they all gone? Psionic Seduction now from Techie.
Oh, nice. They have Luna ult. That's big. That's big. Hopefully they get the TP down.
Thieves from coming out to contest. It's going to force out the dance
Still
floor.
2 minutes is a long time,
now
man.
Cart going in with the Beast of the Abyss. He's going to chomp at your backline. Melania bursted nearly down into oblivion, but Vinny, with a feast of his own, is able to take down Melio, but the Cart rolling seemingly through the portal.
Look at Self. Look at everyone on the portal trying to go through.
Such an awkward portal. TTK just barely got that down too. As soon as he popped the portal, he got crowd controlled by something. Not entirely sure what it was, but TTK.
That was a TTK portal? Bro, my boy TTK knows a lot better. Chat, can someone check TTK's, what do you call it, browser history? Has he been watching Silky?
Meant that FlyQuest
Come on, man.
out of 100 Thieves and are able to, one, get the
what are we
full hold
doing?
against 100 Thieves and then push to the finish line.
Well, 100 Thieves need to try and pull this one back from the brink of oblivion. They are 1 map away from elimination. We may very well have that map as map number 4 on the other side of this break.
Bro, listen, I love Silky, chat. He was my teammate. I could say that, right? I don't know. He's not following me back on Twitter, but we're cool, right? I'm flabbergasted that FlyQuest won that. Ever since FlyQuest did a little roster change, they've been really good. I would not be surprised if they actually did make it to the top 3 and made it to LAN. I'd be very, very happy. How many losses until they change their save strategy? I don't know. Go ask Swamp Gaming. Too soon, chat. I'm sorry. That was pretty bad. Oof. That was a pretty. Listen. I am angry, chat. That Swamp Gaming versus Team Liquid Citadel should have been a better game. I am angry as a consumer of Marvel Rivals esports. I paid $400 billion for front row tickets to a game that ended in 3-0. Come on. Do you think Swamp Gaming is just hiding strats for grand finals? That doesn't make any sense, though. Why would you deliberately lose a matchup that will guarantee you into the grand finals with a better prize pool to lose, to go to the lower bracket, to have to play another game, then to go to the grand finals to play again? That doesn't make any sense. No, tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow, chat, tomorrow is going to be the lower bracket finals, and then it's going to be the grand finals, which is a best of 7. So it's going to be great games. It's going to be great games. Yeah. Also, tomorrow doesn't start at 7 a.m. Tomorrow starts at 11 a.m. Thank God. Yeah. New Crimzo tweet. Uh-oh. You have a link? Oh, thank you. Wait, what is it? Every decision made on our team was discussed and agreed upon by everyone. Don't try and single me out for you having a horrible attitude and being benched because of it. You can't play bad and not do your job and also bring down everyone around you. LOL. At Oasis. Sentinels Oasis. Wait, is this beef? He put a clown emoji. Who's Oasis? There's strategist who was benched. Oh, Korova replaced Oasis. Oh. Ooh, every decision made on our team was discussed and agreed upon by everyone. Don't try and single me out for you having a horrible attitude and being benched because of it. You can't play bad and not do your job and also bring down everyone around you. Damn! Low Bob Laser. I'm crying, bruh. What has this guy done since season 1 Adam triple support meta? Damn. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh my god, there's a lot more. Warn mugs you on cat. What? You are, bro, oh my god, look at all this. Tweeted from the 5-star hotel and cat. What is going on, man? What is going on? What? How are you flaming Oasis when you've not qualified for LAN in back-to-back tournaments? You are holding Sentinels hostage with your terrorism. Have some shame instead of raging at your best player and maybe so. Okay, first of all, I think their best player is definitely going to be
FlyQuest, and FlyQuest are one map away from putting the Thieves to justice, taking them out of this tournament, and buying themselves another life in this bracket. It's going to be a 100 Thieves map pick yet again, and you and I in the break were kind of deliberating over where
I gotta refresh. I gotta refresh.
Take us. You know, could it be a domination map? Could it be another convoy map? Now that the map is going to open back up. Before we get to that, we got to talk about who had this one on lockdown.
Why is there a Liquid Citadel?
It's none other than Techie.
I mean, Techie is doing so much.
Never winning with this guy on the team, by the way. Damn.
Anyway, Techie's the MVP. Dude, don't let your eyes deceive you. It is Techie that is coming out here with the MVP. 10-1, only going down a single time. And
watch the Oasis clip. I don't. Where's the Oasis clip?
Controlling the lane with the sound seduction, making sure that when 100 Thieves do go for those offense moves.
There's Techie. That's Techie.
There he is. There we go. But either way, he's been doing so much work, giving the rest of his team all the room that they
Reddit? Oh my chat. I don't go on Reddit, bro.
For those offensive
moves, do you guys have a link?
There to clap back.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about Techie as well. Like, he's got to be feeling good after that one. You know, this is a guy who, you know, before preseason was playing as a sub for that Lunex squad that would go on to become Sentinels, and then to come in yesterday and best that Sentinel squad.
The last time I used Reddit is when I made a subreddit for myself ages ago.
100 Thieves, putting down
thank you, Busted Shark. Sorry about getting timed out.
From his past. I'm looking forward to seeing.
See this. Apparently, Crimzo the one trick was the one that benched Oasis. I don't think Crimzo would bench. I think definitely it's going to be a team decision, chat.
Bro. Oasis, did you say hi to Crimzo for me?
Bro, can you stop talking about him? I don't want to hear that guy's name.
Wait, are you being serious or joking?
Bro, why do you think I was not playing? Who do you think made that decision against the entire team?
I wasn't even watching. I wasn't watching.
Bendy's a liar! He was literally in my stream asking me what Costco I go to. He's watching!
Wait, whose name? Whose name must be not spoken? Must not be spoken.
Bro. Bro.
Oh shit!
Holy
Boss
shit.
calls.
Drama. Fuck.
I don't
Oh,
care anymore, bro.
shit.
I actually don't care, bro.
Oh,
Every team
shit.
do this
It's
to
okay,
me. I
let's
can't
just
feel.
Breaking. Fox travels to Liquid Citadel facility to confront Gator and legit RC for the ban line they drafted against Swamp Gaming. I think there is a lot more to a story than what we are seeing, chat. I don't think Crimzo definitely has the power to say, you know what? I don't want you to play. I think it was definitely a team decision, team discussion, and maybe Crimzo was the one that relayed the information. I don't know. I don't know the full story. I don't know, chat. I don't know, man. Like I said, the one thing I learned in life, chat, there's two sides to each story. I don't know, man.
When the map pool kind of opens up, they have a
Wait,
tendency to also take us
he
back
responded
to
to
domination. It could realistically go either way. I'm curious, like they're making us wait again.
Okay.
It's Midtown. All
There we
right,
go.
W for CB, L for Dan.
I mean, I feel like before stage 1, like when the map pool does reset, it feels like all the teams really wanted to pick a domination map because it makes sense, right?
I don't see anything.
Win that first fight, and then you get that control, and then you just try to run away with the game. And with that momentum alone, maybe you could even squeak out.
Dogman, get off Twitter and do your job. We haven't seen you cast in the playoffs.
Right, a little more emphasis on those convergence / convoy maps. And this is another comfort pick of 100 Thieves, right? The Midtown has been very, very popular in terms of.
I don't
where
see
100
anything,
Thieves want
chat.
to
I don't
go
see
when they
any-
do have the map
I don't see
choice. And
anything.
again, like the Museum of Contemplation, this is another map that is full of those lanes where things like the Ultron and the Emma will shine in terms of how much of a priority they will be.
Yeah, I think it lends itself very well to 100 Thieves playstyle. I want to give a quick shout out to production because we were talking a little bit about in the pre-show about like, you know, what do we want to say about this matchup? What kind of things do we want to say? And one observation that they made was that FlyQuest, they have a tendency to win these matches super quick. Their average time spent in a match is somewhere around the 12-minute mark, whereas 100 Thieves treading a little bit more
Chat,
towards
make
15.
sure to follow my
Their
Twitter.
fastest
Follow
map
my
win
Instagram.
only about 10
I
minutes
couldn't
in length.
find anything. There was
100
no.
Thieves like to be a lot
Jay,
more
can you
slow,
instigate
a lot
and get
more
into the drama
methodical,
again
and
for
a
us?
lot
What do you,
more,
whoa,
you know,
whoa. I don't want to
biding their
instigate
time,
anything,
waiting
bro.
for the right moment for someone like Self or Delana to go in and find the cleanup.
And you can see.
Why, chat? I don't want to get in the drama. Why do I want to get in the drama so people can say fuck J3? Why you say fuck me for, bro?
It's probably the best way.
I ain't getting in that.
Have been utilizing their playstyle.
I can already imagine. Hey man, can we stop all the drama, guys? Let's just get a fair game. Oh, fuck J3, you balding fuck, short fuck. Hey, go get some. Go get taller. Go to Turkey. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Like,
Oh, he's used to playing fast, and FlyQuest so far looking very, very good in terms of matching the tempo.
Speaking of, I mean, if FlyQuest win this one, there is
Listen,
also a chance
all
we
I
do
care
get
about-
Cart versus YWL.
did
later on
Oasis
down
try
here.
his
Like,
hardest on all the
that
matches?
could be the one to close out the show.
Did
tonight,
Kurova?
depending on
Did
how
people
match
try
3
their
goes, but,
hardest
you know,
in
we're
a
getting ahead of ourselves. We
$200,000
gotta focus
tournament?
on
That's
what
all
is
I
in
care
front of
about.
us, and FlyQuest have to do the very
I would
same.
be
They can't
mad
look
if
past
a pro
team like
player
100 Thieves
wasn't
because, like
taking
we
their
said,
matches
if
seriously.
100 Thieves are able to slow the pace down
I'm
and play a little
consistent,
bit more
chat.
methodically and set their duelists up to knock them down, FlyQuest could find themselves in a map 5 situation, and victory may well have eluded them under those circumstances.
Wait, someone linked it.
Coming into this next fan draft, there's a lot of different things to think about here. Do we still see an emphasis on the Angela? The Angela isn't the greatest pick on Midtown, considering that there's a lot of small rooms that you have to deal with, as a Cart's doing a bit of explaining.
I
to
don't
his
see.
team.
I don't.
I mean, you talked about it, right? He's the glue guy after all. He's
Yeah.
definitely finding ways to hype up the team. Not sure about those hand motions. Not sure how that contributes to the team morale, but you know,
He's
we'll see
locked
if
in.
that's able
All right,
to.
he's
Yeah.
explaining the
He's
Hulk
explaining the
theorem.
peripheral vision. You got to zone in on your own monitor.
He's explaining gamma physics. You know, he's a scientist, much like Bruce Banner himself. You know, he's just telling the team, you know, here's how it all works. Here's how we break it down, and here is how we break down and dissect.
Yeah, I don't know.
100 Thieves is. you can see, you know, they're kind of feeling the pressure, right? Like they know, yeah, you can feel the tension in that room through Winnie's cam. He's cracking his knuckles, trying to like loosen up a little bit, but look at like Delena behind him, like bro is locked in.
Yep,
You know what I think the best thing that Sentinels could do right now?
Winnie's head doing a lot of talking to the team, making sure.
I don't want to get into drama, but I think the best thing that Sentinels could do right now, give Jay3 a $500,000 contract every month and build a team around him. Chat thoughts? So I can pay off my mortgage.
Like to play slow, and so far,
I think that's a good strat.
Like the hare is beating the tortoise.
Well, I mean, it was a tortoise's pace to get through onto this ban draft, but now let's pick up the pace and let's get through it, because enough stalling, enough waiting
Jay3,
to see how
Discord
this all shakes
general.
out. Let's get right
Guys,
into it.
like
Mantis bans across the board once again, and this is the last stand here for 100 Thieves. Their tournament lives may very well depend on this ban draft. I usually don't check Discord when I'm streaming, but I'll give you guys this one. But we can't wait forever, Dan.
What?
No.
Discord general.
Soon enough, we'll find the first adjustment, and right there,
it is.
100 Thieves. Get the first pick, the first save.
Made for Jay3.
So 100 Thieves, maybe they look to accelerate a little more. Maybe get a little more aggressive, play a little faster, to try to match the tempo that FlyQuest are throwing at them.
I feel like you have to, and I do love that more teams are prioritizing the Rocket Raccoon even over the Gambit these days. You know, Gambit once upon a time was infallible. He was the first ban all the time. That's interesting, Dan.
Way earlier too.
Yeah, like right out the gates, and on a map like Midtown, I don't know if that's necessary. I think the skybox opens up a little bit more on points B and C, but on A, there's just so many buildings and so many, just so many obstructions that you really can't get a lot of value out of the Angela. FlyQuest are playing the long game.
Yeah, we'll see if FlyQuest do get value out of it. I mean, there could have been a ban onto maybe the Wolverine, maybe the Emma Frost instead, but Angela's still a very comfortable pick for 100 Thieves, especially in the hands of TTK, who has been cooking on that one-winged angel, but now won't have access to it for what seems like to be the remainder of this series. Even if this goes to a map number 5, it feels like TTK might still not be able to play the Angela, and 100 Thieves will look to shut down the BRB on FlyQuest's side by taking that Rocket Raccoon one-sided.
I think that's likely to force that Protect for FlyQuest to be something like the Luna Snow, because you want to make sure that you have the best backline available for what 100 Thieves are going to be coming out the gate with. And a one-sided rocket is very threatening. I think, you know, we've seen how many fights can be won or turned based on a CYA. A Loki ban is going to come out as well, and I do also kind of like that. Remember back when Loki Rocket used to be like a meme backline? Like, you know, duplicating a CYA was like something unheard of. That would be like a profoundly dumb play, but now it's kind of the meta.
Don't tell that to Aztec. Don't tell about that. We're not going to talk about that incident.
Don't do it at the same time, at least. You know, if you can stagger it out, it works. But a one-sided Loki now for FlyQuest, and that does mean that they'll have the double flush.
Yep, double flush online for FlyQuest, 100 Thieves. How do you respond to this? Because already FlyQuest are coming in, guns blazing, with 2 decks of cards ready to just paper cut you down to death, it feels like. Whereas 100 Thieves, where do you go from here? As the Gambit will be the final save. So both sides seemingly will have access to Star-Lord unless FlyQuest do want to shut it down, which I think would be the best option here.
I mean, they took away one of the best tools for this Gambit Loki. It's not really a team up, but it might as well be in the ways that we've seen it be played. There's a Star-Lord band coming out, so no Galactic Flush, no Cosmic Yarn Amplifier to boost it up, or you're still gonna have the CYA,
but they can still play.
You're not gonna have the Galactic
ban
Legend to make use of that CYA.
Cyclops.
Still gonna be quite threatening on its own, but I don't know. It's a little bit rough to call. Like who do you think won that pick and ban phase?
It feels like both teams identifying what kind of team identity they want to go for, and then they just double down on it, right? It feels like FlyQuest really want to emphasize the win condition of the Gambit and the Loki, whereas 100 Thieves, they're trying to rely things elsewhere, right? They get the Gambit, they get the Rocket Raccoon, 2 very aggressive strategists that want to use their strategist ults, again, aggressively, right? You want to make sure you get the first cast, make sure to try to eliminate the rest of the opposing team before they even have a chance to react. And 100 Thieves, you can see that they're trying to adjust, right? Go away from the more defensive approach and then go something more higher tempo.
I don't see 100 Thieves trying to adjust us at all.
I mean, FlyQuest, like, Ultron and Phoenix, no Hela coming out from Tuesday, and no Elsa either. I mean, Phoenix still quite strong, especially in the hands of THIEVES. This is an interesting defensive lineup coming out here for FlyQuest, but for 100 Thieves, amongst all 100 of them, there's only one life left, so they're gonna have to make the most out of this one. We'll see what they're able to cook up here. As you know, like we say, we got to turn up the tempo here one way or another to see who comes out ahead.
Might be a crazy read from FlyQuest. Zealous switch already on the Invisible Woman, identifying that, hey, 100 Thieves could easily roll out on the Wolverine. And with a premeditated pick coming in from FlyQuest onto the Invisible Woman, as Self tries to go for Wolverine Arrows, there's the power of the Invisible Woman. Use the Force Physics to get Self out of that Feral Leap to make sure that Cart stays alive.
That Cart is still alive. He's still thriving, and 100 Thieves not able to get what they were looking for in that first exchange, so 40 seconds already bled out, nearly a minute through, and now Cart getting all up into Landis' face. He's trying to ignore him, but he has a problem that just seemingly won't go away, forcing the attention and taking the high ground away, and even forcing him all the way back to try and get some heals. But Cart is relentless going in again. You saw him diving across your screen like something out of Scooby-Doo, but when you unmask the Lana, you're not gonna like what lies beneath. There is a demon beneath that facade.
Oh, wait.
Tuesday now with the End Song Inferno taken to the skies, and 100 Thieves are just gonna back up and let that one go.
That means an uncontested CYA for Melania. Not sure why
sure
Tuesday
does.
pulled the trigger there. Yep, Melania's gonna immediately
Yeah,
take
but I
advantage
think
of
in
it.
pro play,
FlyQuest
that thing
not
still gets
able to burn
deleted
it down in
99% of the time.
but
Oh,
overall,
never mind.
still
Didn't
a
get deleted here.
1-for-1
They all ran
trade
away.
Overall, as the rest of FlyQuest need to find a way to, at the very least, hold on. Tuesday going down means that Techie's going to force to use the portal, and Tuesday already switching back to the Elsa Bloodstone that has been so good for FlyQuest.
Yeah, in dire straits, you got to bring out your best tool, so let's see, as now it's going to be all tools on deck. Tuesday with a nice little dash to safety there, and you can see 100 Thieves when that portal comes out. They just sort of scatter
Enter
to
with
try and
massive
lock
7
down
months.
Cart
Appreciate
again.
it. Appreciate it. How you
Delana
doing?
wants to try and pressure him out.
Ooh,
Symbiotic
speaking about the
Resilience
cosplay, I
already
gotta
forced.
check
The
to see if my
Cart
cosplay
is going to have to
is
get into a good position for the healing, but you're going to need so much more than healing as the Raging Royal Flush is coming online alongside the Psionic Seduction. Vinny has managed to find 2. Velocity with the Invisible Boundary, but it's a day late and $1 short as FlyQuest just don't have the numbers right now. 100 Thieves continuing to march this cart forward as Vinny goes in, trying to take down one more. Self with a nice little 2-piece off the back of that Feast of the Abyss, and 100 Thieves are eating this attack alive, and they will claim point A.
Nice. Good shit by 100 Thieves. 4 minutes per second. I like it. I like it.
400 Thieves. And you can see the tempo already accelerated from 100 Thieves. No longer are they playing more reserved, more defensive. And now they're starting to make more aggressive moves, right? TTK with the Silent Seduction, using it aggressively rather than reactively to try to team it up with Winnie on the Royal Flush to enable TTK with all the movement speed, all of the damage boost to not only crowd control the rest of FlyQuest, but also try to take them down.
Rage of Ultron's going to be on deck for FlyQuest and not a whole lot else, so that's going to have to be the opening salvo to try and force 100 Thieves back. But Delana is up on an angle and is pressuring him down from the sides, and Melio doesn't feel all too comfortable trying to go in to confirm that elim. Tuesday will be able to do so, though. TTK going to be res right back up. Good kidnap there onto Vinny, and there's not going to be a BRB this time around, so Vinny is gone, and yeah, what a tackle that ends up coming out from Cart, and it's going to be 100 Thieves repelled for the time being.
Stabilization for FlyQuest. Give themselves a little bit of that map space to work with. Zelos is being bought time to stack up that Raging Royal Flush. Melania is threatening that CYA though. Where does 100 Thieves place this amplifier? How do you use it aggressively? Because right now it might be a golden opportunity as Tuesday's looking for an
Oh,
opportunity
bro,
himself.
kind of a feels bad, man.
I
Oh,
mean,
and he died for it. Oh,
taken
no.
for a ride, and TTK is there to clean him up. Good play coming out from Self.
Oh,
and
no,
100 Thieves
man.
walking around this corner, getting this cart rolling, and in fact trying to roll over Cart as well, as Delana again has him in his sights and has managed to build a Ruby Rage off of all the damage that he has amassed, and is just going to be waiting for an opportunity to do it. And there's not a whole lot that FlyQuest can do once that does inevitably come out. They got to be on the lookout. Cart, though, taking down Delana with a nice little tackle, but has to get out. Forced to pop the bubble, and TTK now going to lock him down with the Sonic Seduction. Catches Techie in deep as well, and now Zelos is in
that was a
all
fat.
by
Oh,
himself.
good shit,
Gonna get bursted
TTK.
down there by TTK, and this looks to be the cap coming through for 100 Thieves. As
What are you
FlyQuest
squeezing?
are running
Oh, I'm
out
trying
of
to
members
practice
to
for when I
contest.
see
Melio
Captain
will take
America's
down
new skin.
Delana, and Cart is on the cart, but as he gets carried away,
get
the
staggered.
cart comes through.
Yeah, he's gonna get staggered for very long. Delio also going down as well. So second checkpoint. Quick as you like it. Tuesday's able to find an exit trade onto Winnie, so If 100 Thieves want to go for a close hold, they need to be a little bit more extra careful because it's only going to be Millennia sustaining the rest of 100 Thieves, but FlyQuest gonna have to go for the reset one more time. Melio does have another cycle of the Rage of Ultron to give FlyQuest some of that room to entry through the space that 100 Thieves already have for themselves. And if things go awry, Velocity is also there as an extra backup mechanism.
It's the benefit of the Ultron. That Rage of Ultron does charge up so fast, and you can use it to bait out resources from 100 Thieves, but they're not taking the bait. They just simply back up and let him throw his little temper tantrum up in the sky. And Hart is going to be quite angry as well. Going to go for that World Breaker Hulk, but his world is being shattered.
Oh, dude, 100 Thieves is kind of rolling right now. I like it. I like it.
It's just going to be him and Melio against the world right now, and with the weight of the world
I actually do think,
Thieves
I really do hope that 100 Thieves wins this so we can go to a match 5, because I feel like I got robbed out of a match 5 between Swamp Gaming and Team Liquid Citadel.
Even if he wanted to, it just felt like even if he did use it preemptively, he was still going to get exploded because of that 40% damage amplification coming in from Millennia. And now closing in already. Look how close.
Oh, nice. Oh, the schmoves, chat.
Going so aggressive.
I don't think Self has been very consistent at that, but he's doing well now.
He res right back up, so every time FlyQuest finds something, it's taken away from them. Velocity with a dance floor. Melio didn't get the memo.
I think Vinny dove and hit the ground and pooped everyone up, and then Delena ulted and didn't hit anyone from that.
They have to back up. The dance floor expires. The Rage and Royal Flush coming out, potentially the death blow. The Meteor M from Techie, it just doesn't work. Self just carves right through it, and now
damn,
is
no
going to be
slam
trying to
dunk,
stall this
bro.
one out as long as he possibly can. Give FlyQuest anything to cling to, but 100 Thieves are relentless. They're laying siege to this final point here, and they will have it if they can just get rid of these last couple members.
They gotta get Millennia's ult. Get Millennia's ult. Millennia. Come on, man. Come on.
Are gonna give it respect. Back up as Tuesday cleans up Self.
No, they didn't want to commit to that? Really? Okay.
Yeah, 100 Thieves, they do have the CYA. They're not going to pull the trigger just yet. Maybe just to bump up their ultimate economy just a little bit. Wait for TTK to get his online. Vinny on the feast as well. 1 minute left on the clock. So 100 Thieves still have a bit of time to work with. But the problem is, if this fight goes long, it's going to be effectively final fight territory.
Sonic Seduction is going to force
out Velocity. Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh. Velocity was 25% away from his ult charge, too. That sucks. That might be big.
Always knows best.
Ooh, Tuzi ulted, and they rolled the Tuzi. They capped.
Kick to the side, kick to the curb, and 100 Thieves will complete the cap here on
capped
Midtown.
with 39 seconds remaining. Good shit. Good shit.
Instead playing defensively, they go offense, and even more offense.
No, this
that's
I'm gonna
exactly
show
what
you guys
100
how to
Thieves
do it
did.
real quick.
You can call all the way back in the Bandra, right?
It's cold outside, chat. Don't worry about it. It's the winter right now.
The Gambit means that they really want to keep this tempo up and make sure that 100 Thieves have the tone setting to make sure that they are the ones to start these fights. And so far, it has done just that. FlyQuest just felt like every single fight just were in the back foot. And it just felt like
TTK 20-1. That's my stat pattern right there, bro. That's my stat pattern. And now they are going the famous GOATs. 3 tanks, 3 support.
Call it slow. It was definitely fast, but it was still methodical. And just so many picks coming through and so many of these fights that start to snowball out of control. And FlyQuest
divine miracles right now.
Like they really
That's because he watched the J3 montage and he actually got a lot. It's like watching a montage, chat, before you go play basketball. You watch like LeBron James highlights and then it makes you pumped and you want to go play basketball. But basically what he did.
The gauntlet has been thrown out. Can you match that progress? Can you get the full cap and take this to extra innings? Otherwise, you better be ready for a long night, my friend.
Wait, is TTK's mom here in chat? Really?
See how both of these teams ignite the battle. Spaces chat, you can spam ad in his chat right now. As both teams looking to duke it out one more round here on Midtown at the very least. Maybe we go to overtime, maybe not. But it's all up to FlyQuest if they're able to match what 100 Thieves did.
100 Thieves with a interesting defensive look here, playing for the Adam Warlock.
How you doing?
On this Adam Warlock has got them some wins before.
Is your husband here?
Lurking overhead, trying to pick his spot. Tuzi, though, does
a
catch
poser
TTK.
fan.
Good
Damn.
The cloak of levitation is going to get TTK back to the rest of his team. Melio on the Punisher is going to look to just try and burst the front line down, and TTK couldn't get to safe harbor. And now with the shotgun shots ringing out, 100 Thieves on the back foot. Regen domain forced out. The cocoon from Delena potentially forced out as well. well if he should so choose to come back into this life, but that might be a fool's errand, as it seems like FlyQuest getting the better of this one. TTK shuts down Melio, but that's all that they can hang their hat on, as FlyQuest will get this cart rolling.
Yeah, the win condition was clear for 100 Thieves. Tried to get Delena online and ready to go with the Karmic Revival.
Okay, I added TTK's mom as a VIP. For now, if TTK loses this round, I'm taking it away. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules.
As heck, and FlyQuest have been doing just that with a sheer amount of
Jay3 Socials with the massive gift itself. Appreciate it.
A lot of work on the Punisher and
hope you guys are having. Are you guys together or
want to go for any sort of engagement? They're gonna have to very least have.
Are you guys watching separately?
From Melio and THIEVES.
You guys are together. WW. I still have
help them with this engagement as they just wipe FlyQuest.
I still have the thing that your guys' daughter gave me.
All falling immediately once
over here on the side of
the
thing.
That's gonna be a great way to get 100 Thieves back in the driver's seat. But curiously, Delena swapped off of the Adam Warlock and over onto the Cyclops. So no resurrections and now no portals.
Well, at the very least, it's more upfront damage in favor of 100 Thieves. Tried to, at the very least, match what FlyQuest is throwing at them. But the thing is, FlyQuest have 6 ultimates.
And they are about to let him rip. Velocity already with the God of Mischief, holding for his moment to let this Raging Royal Flush rip. And now is go time. Invisible boundary from Melania to try to build the damage. He's going to be caught inside.
If they were still, if they were watching the stream next to each other. Oh, nice shots by Tuzi.
Harshly, 3 in the fight, and a shot for the quad, looking for the penta. He's got Vinny in his sights. He's going to pull him in. Symbiotic resilience, but how resilient can you really be under the oppressive regime of Tuzi? And he's gonna find the Hexa. A 6.
Tuzi looking like Jay3 out there right now, chat.
So close. 100 Thieves managed to find a way to
Raccoon with the massive prime, and also Dylan with the massive prime.
Isn't able to find it on Delena, but he's still able to find it. That's an unofficial
7K
for Tuzi.
Tuzi is still going.
Ain't nobody stopping him with a Raging Royal Flush. He's feeling himself. Melio is gonna be good for 2 more in that fight.
Wait, Delena? Why is he staying? Wait, Delena.
Into the grinder, but FlyQuest.
Delena fucking took out his cell phone and just started looking at TikToks. He was staying still, bro. You're in the middle of a tournament, man.
Full control over the real estate here, Dan.
Oh my goodness. Tuzi just made sure that no one on 100 Thieves had any room to breathe. Just stamps them all out. Some of them stamp them out again as Tuzi does so much work in that fight, making sure they get the first checkpoint, and also allowing both Hart and Melio to hold on to their ultimates, because they know that Tuzi will be enough to shut down 100 Thieves because of that combo with the Strangling Prison into the Kraken Impact, the Wombo combo from Teki and Tuzi, providing to pay dividends for FlyQuest, and now 100 Thieves is looking to try to find a way to clap back, but with their ultimate
let's see this from Melio.
FlyQuest have the upper hand.
And Final Judgment is going to force 100 Thieves to turn tail and run.
Nice play by 100 Thieves to back up right there, use up TTK's shield and himself with the deflect. That is huge. TTK again protecting his team right there with the shield. Millennia was almost about to be killed right there. And they're coming back, chat.
Thieves are going to be able to win this fight and lay claim to the cart, get themselves back in control.
Great placement of the Raging Royal Flush from Winnie, allowing 100 Thieves to rush on FlyQuest. Huge investment as well from FlyQuest, utilizing 3 ultimates to try to, at the very least, keep it a little more competitive to match the Raging Royal Flush. But unfortunately, because of how uncontested that Gambit ultimate was, FlyQuest kind of just ran out of gas. They're going to have to reset one more time because now the ball is in 100 Thieves' court. They have a chance to make a 3-point shot.
Hart over onto the Angela. You saw him briefly going over on the other side of your screen, but you got to focus on what's in front of you right now, and itself with that Let the Devil Out. FlyQuest are able to withstand. I think Hart was going for a cheeky little back cap there, and it does force 100 Thieves back, and Tuzi is able to seize the moment and take down Self there. A nice Assassin's Charge coming out. Velocity with that Raging Royal Flush. TTK wants to absorb the damage to the Meteor Rem, and this time, it does not pop. It's Melio that finds
slam
himself
dunk.
Courtesy of TTK popping off on the Magneto and keeping 100 Thieves in the driver's seat.
I think they use a lot of ults for that, though. They use, what, 3 or 4 ults for that team fight, chat? But, I mean, they ended up winning, but
100 Thieves, though.
I think they just lost their whole ult economy.
A whole bunch. All 3 ultimates, maybe 4. Yeah, 4 ultimates invested in that fight alone. Now, FlyQuest, it's their turn to be in the driver's seat. Zealous needs to time this Raging Royal Flush well, as 100 Thieves
time is now. There's no better time than the present. When Winnie doesn't have his, you want to try and find some elims, and Tuzi goes right after Winnie. Teki TP there as well to ensure that KO comes through. He'll be res back up, so there is an opportunity for a Royal Flush here, but no one is going to be here to receive those cards. As Cart and FlyQuest, they keep this cart rolling. And 100 Thieves, one more chance on the defense.
Oh, chat, they're going to TP, but they have Cart and Tuzi's ult. Uh-oh.
It's his turn with it.
They're going to put down the TP, and Cart's going to probably, not Cart, but Tuzi's going to ult it.
And the Raging Royal Flush is active.
Bartrox from Tuzi to try and
wait, they Gambit ulted.
Away.
They countered it.
Try and catch them out, but Vinny taking down Velocity and 100 Thieves.
No way, they're bringing it back.
Zelda's gonna be found by Zelos, but it's just not enough. He'll be res right back up, and every loss that 100 Thieves got, it comes right back. And FlyQuest, they have to make a play here. Techie swapping over onto the Doctor Strange, trying to go for a portal play. There's only 12 seconds left, and FlyQuest are relying on Melio.
They're gonna have to rely on Tuzi and Velocity.
No Stratus ultimates for 100 Thieves, but they've got the spawn advantage. They've got a portal coming through that they got to deal with.
Tuzi and Velocity. I hope FlyQuest loses this. I want to go to a match 5, chat.
Trying to split FlyQuest off. As FlyQuest, it's now or never. You got to seize your destiny, my friends. You want to go to the next round. You want to eliminate 100 Thieves. It's here. It's now. It's Melio with Let the Devil Out, and he is battering Melania with those Billy clubs. And the
and he just got Gambit ulted in the middle of his ult. Oh, no.
Vinny falling as well, and 100 Thieves will be evicted from this point.
Damn. Still, a minute and a half is not a lot of time for this third phase, chat.
The full cap.
That's the big question. I got a little worried for Melio. I wasn't sure if he was able to receive the Gambit ultimate. He was able to towards the tail end of the Devil Out, but it was enough damage to wipe out the back line of 100 Thieves, and then you rip apart the front line because there is no more sustain. And FlyQuest doing a great job at taking full advantage of the Raging Royal Flush. Shout out to Techie as well, providing extra pressure on the Vanguard Deadpool, making sure that he has the Banhammer.
Jay, do something. What am I supposed to do, bro?
As they're going to have to try to make an aggressive move here with the CYA to at the very least zone away FlyQuest.
All right, Cart is going to be a whole lot more than zoned away. All right, his head got zoned from his shoulders there, courtesy of a couple of cards coming down. Rage
coach him, chat. These teams already have like insane coaches.
Have to give up control of the cart. Now 100 Thieves can hold this choke point, and they can choke this time bank down from 36 seconds all the way to 0 and force FlyQuest to utilize their time bank just to get out the front door. There's a Banhammer that goes in deep.
I just remembered who to...
100 Thieves, though, they have to give space in order to make that happen. Keep self in the fight. He's holding on to Let the Devil Out, so with the Banhammer on him, they had to make sure that he was in this fight, and now FlyQuest get a little bit of breathing room. They get an opportunity to make a play, but what's it going to be? Zelos holding on to that Raging Royal Flush. Tuzi with the Glartrox, but it whips. He's not able to find what he's looking for. The Royal Flush coming through from Zelos, but there's nothing left to combo with. Meteor Ram.
Come on, slam dunk.
From TTK. He strikes
down. Hey! He took out Tuzi. That's a huge pick.
Tuzi and 100 Thieves letting the Devil Out. Self going in deep. Vinny, Feast of the Abyss. They're feeling themselves, and they're feeling like we got one more map in us today as 100 Thieves.
That's what I'm talking about, chat. We are going to a match 5.
We'll see.
We're going to a match 5. Good stuff. Good stuff.
100 Thieves, give us a 5 mapper. We're going all the way. Tournament life on the line for both of these partner teams, and despite the odds,
that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I like to see, bro. It is do or die. Both teams are grinding it out, trying to win, and we're going to match 5. That is literally
map to decide the fate of these two partner
teams. That is literally
only
you win.
One can carry on in this tournament, and there's only one spot left in mid-season finals. You know both of these teams want it, and they are going to go down.
And I know that
if they go down at all. One
it pains me to say this, and I know that I think
map number 5
I said that
on the other side of this break,
FlyQuest was going to win, but like,
back.
how can I don't want to say I'm a curse or I'm scamming, but how can I cheer for FlyQuest when I have TTK's dad and mom in the chat, bro? I love supportive parents. Tusky, appreciate the massive, or Tusky, appreciate the massive 2 months, my friend. No, I'm not a curse, bro. I'm not a curse. Just like how Vespa's mom comes to the stream, I gotta cheer for Team Liquid Citadel. Listen, supportive parents are very rare. You should be playing in these tourneys, to be honest with you. You would go crazy. No, chat, listen. Marvel Rivals actually banned me from playing in their tournaments to give everyone else a chance. You guys don't remember this, but once upon a time, there was a tournament. I signed up for it. The only person that was on my team was me, and I 1v6'd every single team. And then they said, wow, we can't allow this anymore. Yeah, true story. He's right. My parents do not support me watching J3. That is not true. Make your parents watch my stream for 5 minutes. Your parents would love me. I am so good with parents. I am not lying, chat. I'm not lying. It only took me 17 months to make Emily's parents like me and actually not kick me out of the house. The first time I went to Emily's parents' house, I actually used their toilet and ran out of toilet paper. And it was, I clogged their toilet. It took them, it took them a long time to like me. Bro, it's not my fault. It's not my fault, bro. There was a little bit of toilet paper. No, chat, bro, listen. How do you clog a toilet without toilet paper? Try. Oh, chat, trust me. What I was eating out there, I think I had In-N-Out 5 times that day. And I just want to say, it definitely went in, and it definitely... Well, you know the rest of the story. Listen, we don't have In-N-Out over here, bro. I love In-N-Out. It's cheap and it's good food. I used to think In-N-Out was very overrated when I used to go there with my parents. But then I was like, wow, I have to buy my own food now. And In-N-Out is very cheap. I like it. And listen, I just want to say, people hate on their French fries. Their French fries are actually, I love it. Compare it to the size of Captain America. Oh, like imagine Captain America's new skin, but like 4 times Captain America, chat. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. I like how that's a new unit of measurement. J3, I don't know what you're talking about. How many caps is that? Oh, that's like 2 caps, bro. Canes is better. I love Raising Canes, but I cannot agree with that. Dude, In-N-Out fries are good. I don't... Five Guys? I don't understand the love for Five Guys. If I had the option to choose In-N-Out or Five Guys, I'm choosing In-N-Out. You could get a whole meal that's really good for $5. Why would I want to go to Five Guys so I could spend $50 for a burger and fries and a soda? Like, that doesn't make it. Five Guys is so expensive, bro. Also, Five Guys used to be able to get infinite bacon because bacon is a topping. You used to be able to get a bacon cheeseburger with bacon and bacon and bacon, as much bacon as you want, and they started charging you now. So, never seen In-N-Out in Germany. I don't think In-N-Out is... I don't think there's any In-N-Outs in other countries. Is there, chat? Jill with the massive new tier 1 sub. Appreciate it. I think In-N-Out is only a West Coast thing, yeah. In-N-Out is only within 250 miles of their meat processing, no? Hey, you know what? I can't hate on a company for wanting good product. Can't hate on that. Oh, there's one in, yeah. Oh yeah, there is one in Texas. And I also think, hold up, I gotta sneeze. Oh, no, I think it's going away. Shit.
These two teams, man, they have gone the distance once before, and now they must do it once more. It's a 5-mapper to decide who gets to stay alive in this tournament bracket. Dan, could it really have ended any other way between these two?
Now we're in a effective best-of-1 scenario. Both teams.
Okay, chat. Game 5. This is awesome, bro. This is awesome.
On the line.
Where are we gonna go?
The partner teams here. And
wait,
now
what map do they have to pick?
Go for map number 5, because you and I, CB, we've been talking about it.
I think they have to pick either domination or convergence.
Before we start
which I think if they go domination
from that Midtown game,
they're going to win.
I don't think anybody is going to be surprised.
100 Thieves would win if they go dominate. Hey! Where's TTK's mom and dad at?
Magneto, whether
another
it's the
one.
Angela, you can't target ban this guy.
TTK's nickname, DJ Khaled. He gets another
one.
Another
MVP
MVP
in the game, and that's becoming a fast problem for FlyQuest. Sure, you want to ban Angela so Techie can get the better of that exchange. Well, now you've got to win the ground war, and Bro is a general when it comes to that particular war. 32-7 on the Magneto. 29k damage. Like, Bro is the definition of an Avengers level threat.
I mean, the meta also favors him a little more, right? Devil Dino has taken a step back, although TTK has been very, very strong on that Devil Dinosaur, but with that out of the way, it gives more room to.
This guy needs to put his mic in his mouth.
On, like the Angelo, like the Magneto.
Or I'm old,
so
chat. I can't hear. I think I'm losing my hearing.
Meta here in stage 1, at least in the Americas region, as TTK has been just frying with these meteors, right? Time and time again, it felt like on Heart of Heaven, that meteor just immediately got popped because FlyQuest have been going for the more aggressive option of trying to pop that meteor before TTK even has a chance to slam it down. And that's the playstyle of FlyQuest, right? You want to play as aggro as possible, but it looks like 100 Thieves here on Midtown definitely matched it. And you can see it on the scoreboard, right? A lot more final hits, a lot more damage done because 100 Thieves are starting to get a little more proactive.
And you can maybe make a case for Delana as the MVP with 14 final hits, but you could also argue that, you know, with how aggro FlyQuest like to play, he might not have been able to get those final hits or that much damage without his front line being clear. And TTK made sure that nobody was pressuring my hit scan. He has got a shooting gallery and he is going to use it. But over on the other side, like, we want to look at the scoreboard. Look at Tuzi with 21 final hits and still coming up with an L. I think that one's got a sting, and maybe, like, that might be a sticking point going into this next map, Dan, because it's like, it's FlyQuest map pick, and Tuzi just put up LeBron numbers, and it just wasn't enough.
Wrong? It was right.
Save Tuzi right now, because the supporting cast needs to lock things in. I mean, Tuzi always is consistently outperforming within the entire lobby. It feels like he's usually like first, maybe second best player in the lobby.
Oh, he's in the practice range right now on Wolverine. You can see it.
And he's gonna have to come up clutch one more time. I can see it in his glasses.
Oh no, he's on Daredevil.
Doing a little work on the Daredevil, or at least
you can tell that he's on Daredevil.
It does look like it's Daredevil.
Are we? Is that where our analysis has gone now, Dan? Yeah, we're looking at the reflections in the players' glasses to see what it is that they're going to play. I mean, okay, well, listen, all right, maybe teams gotta stop wearing glasses. We can't leak the strats, especially when the stakes are this high. You can feel the tension being ratcheted up once more as it is all
chat, where are we going?
One map.
I want to see this.
FlyQuest to their tournament lives.
Are we going to Convergence? Convergence?
So do 100 Thieves, but the ball
FlyQuest won on, but if they go domination, 100 Thieves won on. So it makes sense. We're probably going either Central Park or Lower Manhattan. I'm calling it right now.
Also talking maybe domination or maybe a Lower Manhattan. Before they give it away.
Jaleo, Central Park, or Lower Manhattan, chat.
Lower Manhattan.
If you guys had to take a pick, what would it?
All right, you're all in on Lower Manhattan. Final answer. Yep. I'm betting it all on Black, baby. I'm saying it's gonna be Shin Shibuya. That's just my guess because I know how FlyQuest like to play fast. What? They like to play dive.
They're going to Shin Shibuya!
I'm
CB's goated. Wait a
minute. I think
that's why I'm not a caster, chat. That's why I'm not a caster.
You know what? I'm goated. I'm just goated. I'm just different like that. And And you know who else is? It's Cart. Whether it's the Venom, whether it's the Hulk, it doesn't matter. Those are both two very popular picks here. But here's something that's interesting is we've also seen a lot of players try and go for a counter dive sort of strategy. So I'm wondering if one team or the other might try and pull out the Penny Parker as like a secret weapon.
And just a little fun fact, right? This is the 3rd time Shin Shibuya has been played in the entirety of Stage 1 Americas. This is a very unpopular map for these professional teams, and the wild card has been played for FlyQuest. We're going to a very unpopular map, maybe to try to throw 100 Thieves a little off guard in terms of being a little bit more unfamiliar with the map as a whole, because Shin Shibuya, again, just not the more popular map. 100 Thieves are forced on the defensive side. FlyQuest looking to set the tone here.
And Remix looking to make sure that these ban phases for 100 Thieves are on point, because remember, bros, and the locks are getting changed. Like 100 Thieves got to quell, otherwise Space is gonna lock him out. And
I
it's
had
like,
to go tell Emily that I'm fat.
I guess I'll hit up
and
Craigslist,
I need
try and find some new roommates. Do people still use Craigslist? Is that still a thing?
I feel like there's other platforms for that kind of use case. I feel like
I like Discord. I think like that's probably a good place to find roommates.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you know what? This is
yes,
we're on match 5 right now.
Well, back to the ban phase, and not a whole lot has changed up in this map 5 situation, as I don't think either team really wants to take any big risks, you know, when everything is on the line right now. 100 Thieves gonna once again reach for that one-sided rocket, and that did win them the day on Midtown. But FlyQuest with a ban onto the Angela, and I think that's a better look for a map like this rather than Midtown.
I mean, there's a lot of verticality on Shin Shibuya. TTK would have gotten so much freedom in that open space. And FlyQuest, I mean, we like predicted, right? As soon as TTK popped off on the Angela in map number 1, he's not going to get access to it as one-sided Rocket Raccoon for 100 Thieves, and the Cyclops and the Gambit will be confirmed one-sided.
Every other time, FlyQuest has let the Gambit go by until the very end, and 100 Thieves have used their Protect on it if they still have access to it. This time they don't. They'll lock themselves into that one-sided Cyclops, but that now means that the weight of the world is going to be on Delena's shoulders, and a Daredevil ban just to tighten the screws a little bit more. Take away Self's greatest weapon.
A little bit surprising that the Daredevil was more prioritized over the Wolverine.
Yeah, Tuesday was just practicing that.
Yeah, you're effectively giving away the team up for 100 Thieves. You now have access to the Cyclops and the Wolverine combo, and now that there's open space on Shin Shibuya, the Wolverine is going to have a little bit more freedom, right? The one weakness for Wolverine is not being able to play very well in open space, and now with the team up, that literally fixes that one weakness.
Speaking of weaknesses, there's not a whole lot of them for FlyQuest.
This is going to be fun, chat. One team has Gambit and Rogue. The other team has Rocket Raccoon, Cyclops, and Wolverine with the team up that they were talking about.
I hope your counter dive is good, 100 Thieves, because you're going to need every
This is going to be this is going to be a crazy game, chat. I hope you guys. Hey, winner continues their playoff run. Loser
live to see another day in this tournament.
Chat.
We'll see who that is once those spawn doors open.
It's going to be a big game, bro. This is going to be a big game.
Because they're going to be leaving the spawn room first, we're going to have a better idea of what 100 Thieves want to roll out on. I can assure you, it's not going to be triple that we've been seeing other teams decide to roll out on, as both teams definitely did not want to go towards that approach. I mean, maybe on Midtown, 100 Thieves did try to go for it, putting Delena on the Adam Warlock, but because he got exploded so damn quickly, there was just no chance for a Karma.
Are you standing? Play. Yes, chat. I've been sitting down for like all day. I gotta use my standing
desk,
Their chances,
bro. Again, as we said earlier, are going to rely mostly on Delena being able to make the most of the Cyclops pick, so he's going to be up on the high ground, and FlyQuest already have that scouted. They know that that's exactly where he's going to be playing. So Cart is going to open up on the Doctor Strange, and they're going to teleport
Where we going, man? Where we going?
To that high ground and deny Delena the angle that he wants. In fact, even going to go and try and sneak in the back door.
And Cart's going to immediately swap over to a higher mobility Vanguard. It's going to be the Angela, the option, as Techie will be on the Rogue. Will team up alongside Velocity with the Gambit. See if that's able to provide the extra verticality that they need, because FlyQuest, remember, they like to play fast. They like to play aggro. Can Cart find that opening pick here?
Well, he has found Delena in a narrow corridor, and will force him in there.
Ooh,
Tech
good
is
grab,
able to take
good
down
grab.
Self. Bing
Nope.
looking to try and contest the point, but Tuzi, with the damage coming out from that psionic crossbow, is going to force out the symbiotic resilience and force a swing out. That should be the first
Oh,
tick
TTK's
coming from
alone. This is
FlyQuest,
bad.
and
Nope,
it is.
never mind. He's
100
back with
Thieves
his team.
now stuck in this narrow corridor. Can't quite break out of it just
They gotta
yet.
make
So
a
the
move,
second
though.
tick
They already just
comes
gave
through
2
as
free
well,
ticks,
and the
bro.
clock
That's
is not
not
on 100 Thieves'
good. That's
side,
not
But
good.
Self with the strange portal is, so they can now mount a defense once more as the Leda puts down velocity and Tuzi gets caught out.
Nice,
100
nice.
Thieves
But they
able
gave
to
2
stand
ticks
tall
up for
now.
free, bro.
All right, full neutral means that the portal recontest will be good. Self even jumping
Oh,
back
he jumps
into
back
his own
through and goes
spawn
back
room
Wolverine.
to switch
Okay,
back
pretty
to
smart,
the
pretty smart.
Wolverine.
And he-
Very
Oh.
smart play, as I feel like the 200 IQ coming in
We're
from
not
Self
on
was too
Dallas,
much,
chat.
and
We gotta
the
restart
lobby
the
kind of
server.
just
Dallas
EMP'd itself
R.
as we head into a pause.
I'm wondering if that might have been a FlyQuest pause. Maybe given 100 Thieves a taste of their own medicine from way back in preseason. We might still be a little bit salty about the Dallas R fiasco, but we got to ready up here sooner or later because 2 ticks already coming through for FlyQuest. 100 Thieves able to deny the third and win the fight, but this next fight when it comes through is gonna hurt.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ultimates
Come on,
already
TTK.
ready to go, and I'm
You
sure
got
both teams
this.
are going to try to let it rip as soon as they're given the opportunity to do so, as both 100 Thieves and FlyQuest, just to restate it one more time, both teams are very, very tense right now because of
Downstar with the 5
scenario.
gifted
You win,
subs,
you move on
absolutely
to the next
massive.
best
Also,
of
did I
5
say
series,
Jill Manjaro with the
and
massive new
then get a
tier
chance
1
to
and
go into the midseason finals,
with the massive
because
5 months.
if you
Appreciate
win
it,
the
guys.
series, you're not clear for midseason finals yet. You still have one more best of 5.
Absolutely
and either
insane.
way,
Appreciate
whichever
it.
team comes out on top, you're going to be gassed before the next series.
Yeah, that's the scary thing is like you're trying to save at least a little bit in the tank for later series because you've got more elimination matches, even another one later on tonight. This is not the last that we have seen of at least one of these 2 teams, but it may be the last
this was, I think they
gasp
said
that
it
we
was
see
a
from both of
FlyQuest
them
pause.
is they have no choice but
This
to
isn't
lay it
their
all out on the line or they won't
100
even
Thieves
make
daily
it
pause.
to those next elimination matches. And you can see the tension painted on everybody's face. Like, Cart, you can tell, like, he's usually the guy who cuts the tension, but he can feel the pressure right now. You saw Vinny, you saw TTK.
Oh, he's playing.
All
Bro,
of
that's.
them look
I cannot
so calculated
play
right now.
with a
Like, they're
jacket
looking
on.
at every
I can't play
angle,
with sleeves
peering
on,
into
chat, and I
every
cannot play
reality,
with a
and trying to find
bracelet
the
on
ones where
or
they
like a
come out on
watch.
top.
I don't
And
know
it's a
how
coin
people can
flip
do that.
any way you look at it.
It messes my aim
We're
up.
going to have to see if that map 5 scenario, right, do or die, affects any of the playstyle.
Or with
from
hair.
both of these
Yeah,
teams,
mods, you
right?
can ban that
Because
guy.
you're in a do or die scenario. Is there going to be moments where teams are going to be a little more hesitant to make those risky plays, right? If the play falls flat, you might be the reason that you lose out on this match as a whole, and it's just going to be haunting you.
I also can't play
throughout
when it's
all of
warm.
that
If it's
off-season,
too
right?
warm and you
The
start
break
sweating and your
between
hands,
now and
your
into
arms start
stage 2,
sticking on the
you're
table
gonna
because
be
I'm an arm aimer.
replaying those
Can't do it.
moments over and
It actually
over
messes
and
me up.
over again. And maybe both teams don't want to be in that situation. As Delena's like, who in the world just left?
They've both been in that situation before. I think the miasma of defeat is a scent that both of these teams
I would
quite
rather have
familiar
the
with.
house be too cold
everybody
though,
has
broccoli, and you
felt
can
that
always buy
familiar
those
sting,
things
and
that are
they don't wanna
that
feel it
pros use
again,
even
Dan.
on
They
stage.
wanna
The
go
hand
out with a
warmers.
performance that they
You
can be
like
proud of.
break
In
them open.
fact, they don't
want
to go out at all. There's still that one land spot up for grabs,
hand
and
warmers.
either of these 2 partner teams could be the ones to reach out and take it. But in the way is their opposition, and like you can tell, everybody.
look
it's
who
painted on their
finally
face.
showed up for
Delana, he's
work!
not yawning anymore.
Come on,
Eyes
I
wide
remix.
open,
It's
locked
game
in.
5.
Remix
Where
is
were
back.
you, bro?
Went to go hydrate. Went to go check the locks. I think make sure that Space didn't already get ahead of himself.
A little bit of a hydration break, it looks like. Remix came back with a cup. Either it's for himself or for one of the Thieves players, as Winnie.
Are we
Definitely
playing
feeling the
today,
pressure, but he's,
Remix? Yo, guys,
showing
are
off
you guys ready
the
for
good
our match?
vibes,
Yo,
make
our
sure
match
that
started
everyone is
hours
calm
ago. We're in
because,
already match 5. What?
Map number 5.
Oh shit!
You win, you move on. You lose, you're done. No mid-season finals for you.
How's the scrim
as,
going?
Soon enough.
Yo, coach,
we'll
this is an
get
actual
back
match.
into this match here on Shinjubuya, which again has been a very unpopular map here in Stage 1 Americas.
I think it's going to be very unpopular for the fans of whatever team comes up on the losing side here. I think, they're both going to be wishing that they would remove that one again, but I kind of want to talk about, as we're, looking at the player camps, the stark difference between the background for Delana and the background for Tuzi. Tuzi doesn't have a whole team house. He's not there with the rest of the gang. And you kind of see that vibe shift, right? Once Remix walked back in, someone on the 100 Thieves side cracked a joke, and then it was all smiles. They're not feeling the same tension, and they might be ready for whatever comes on the other side of this pause. Whereas, THIEVES, Cart, Melio, they're all in these different places, different locations, just relying on the Discord call and hoping that someone can do the very same. It's an advantage that, you know, sometimes goes acknowledged. You don't always see it on the battlefield, but now that we get to peer into their reality for a brief moment via some peeping toms through their camps, you know, we get to take note.
Yeah, we get a lot of different ideas to talk about, right? 100 Thieves being in the same room together.
We're back. We're back.
You got
It only
all of
took
these
5
people
minutes, chat.
around
5
you,
minutes.
making sure that the vibes are well in check. Whereas FlyQuest, you talked about Cart a little bit, right? Being that glue guy to make sure that the team is in a good mental state before these maps. And speaking of maps, we are back here on Shin Shibuya. Now both teams,
you know, funny
stack up
enough,
their ultimates, try to let it rip as soon as
Brock said,
they
I hope
come
everyone is
online.
wearing deodorant in that room. Funny enough, a long time ago when I was on a team and shared a team house, there was one person who actually didn't wear deodorant.
Expired.
Yeah, but they managed to get 2 ticks and they only
He
need
said
to
he
find
didn't
one more.
believe in
100
it.
Thieves were able to be poised under pressure. Self with that clutch TP play bought them another lifeline, and a kidnap as well is going to buy them Techie's life, and they now claim ownership of it. And FlyQuest are going to be hesitant to try and push in without their rogue at the tip of the spear. Cart is still there on a flank and looking
My
to try and set
dad
up a
made
pinch.
food
goes
for
in.
4th of July,
Butterfly is
chat.
gonna be
He
let
brought it
rip. So
over.
much damage coming through, but the CYA from Winnie is going to
Thank
deserve
you,
the
Emily.
lion's share of it.
Oh,
And
what a
Song in front of
body
Melio to burst it down, but it doesn't matter. THIEVES didn't get the bailout, and 100 Thieves have won another fight, and now we're sub 2 minutes.
That was a body block from Self, making sure that he was able to intercept the Ensign Inferno. That keeps Winnie's CYA copy alive and well. So now 100 Thieves were able to stall out that push. FlyQuest,
Sweet
this
baby
is
Raze.
now their opportunity. They have access to the Raging Royal
Delicious.
Flush. They will have access to the Fate of both worlds as well. Melania needs to come up huge with the timing of the CYA to at the very least nullify FlyQuest's push.
I mean, Winnie was clutched with it before with the God of Mischief as well, and now with that one down, like you say, it is going to be all up to Melania to time this one perfectly, but FlyQuest don't have the ultimates yet, so 100 Thieves can go aggressive with it. Delena trying to chase down his prey in THIEVES. Techie will be felled again. It's gonna be another pause, and this is starting to get a little bit worrisome.
Even Delena looks
FlyQuest
surprised.
Again, they fall apart, they crumble in that fight, that leading into a pause. That tells me something's wrong, and this is not a good time.
That is not a good sign. You could see the shock in Delena's face. He was so locked in, and then as soon as the pause came out, he was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
And then just like the entire vibe just gets iced.
Yeah, and the vibes for 100 Thieves, right? Like they're feeling themselves. Like they know it too. Like they know that this pause coming out from 100 from FlyQuest means
it's
that
a pause from FlyQuest,
either
chat.
they do have legitimate reason to be pausing, like they are experiencing some technical difficulties, and that's going to shake the mental, or the mental is already shaken, and FlyQuest are just trying to bide their time, delay the inevitable. And you know, as we have another look at the player cams, we can see Techie again.
No, I don't think they're
It doesn't look like
trying
the
to throw
vibes
him
are too
off,
high
chat.
in the FlyQuest house right now.
Yeah, it's looking very, very quiet. Everyone just waiting to get back into this lobby. Keep themselves, you know, warmed up, you know, because the pause is going to be time to think about your next move. All 12 of these players definitely in their heads trying to figure out, hey, what do we want to do? What is our next strategic approach here? Because Techie, I mean, we talked about how good he is as a player, and him going on side in preseason, now coming into stage 1, trying to redeem himself. And with this FlyQuest roster going on that huge glow up,
I think
this run doesn't end here.
I think he's been a major part of that glow up, and I think he's made a name for himself, and I do think he'll continue to do so. But you know, for a player, for a competitor, for someone of this caliber, it's not enough to just be good enough. You want to, you know, go out with a performance that'll have people talking about you going into stage 2. And in fact, you want to go into mid-season finals. And again, that's still an opportunity for both of these two teams. But for one or the other, it is, you can kind of feel it slipping away, and FlyQuest still grasping at it, still trying to find that winning formula, Dan. And I feel like, you know, you talk about like, what's your next move, trying to calculate what your next move is. I think 100 Thieves are they're doing that, but they're also trying to calculate what FlyQuest's next move is, how far away from that next move they are, and trying to strike first, like we saw in that last fight with the CYA.
I mean, I love the adjustment coming in from 100 Thieves.
Okay,
just in
let's
this
go
entire
again.
Series, right? Being a little more proactive, being a little more aggressive.
Let's get it,
is
chat.
proving to work out for 100 Thieves. Because remember, their average map win time was like, what, 10 minutes? And that's pretty long for a map in Marvel Rivals. FlyQuest effectively win maps in half the time. And with the tempo that 100 Thieves are throwing at them, FlyQuest Gonna have to reset one more time here. This is going to be
Wait,
very,
pause
very
one more time.
important.
My pizza's
47
here. Oh,
seconds
I'll tell
left
them to
on the
pause
clock.
right now.
Means
Hold
that
on, give me a
FlyQuest,
second.
if they want to use this Raging Royal Flush, they have to use it, and they will need significant value.
At this rate, 100 Thieves, they might not need 10 minutes. They may only need 4, as we are down to 35 seconds. And it's got to be now or never for FlyQuest. Royal Flush is going to come out from Zelos, and Techie looking to get access to the back line.
my
But
God,
Winnie and Cell have just eviscerated the front line of FlyQuest, and there's no more mulligans to be had. TTK is going to be raised back up. Techie goes in with a Heartbreaker, but his heart is going to be the only one broken as he's carried away by Self, off so far away from his prey that he just won't be able to get back there in time. Melio on a sliver of HP. Velocity going to top him back up with the dance floor. The last thing where FlyQuest
this is bad for 100
on,
Thieves,
it's
chat.
going to have to be good enough, and they're going to have to try and find some Elims. The feast of the abyss.
Oh no, Vinny said we. He turned French.
Down Self. That's one pick going the way of FlyQuest, but it'll be returned. Hart can't stick around to make the most out of it.
Oh,
And
that's
Sonny
huge.
Burns
That's
gonna
huge
try
from
and
Winnie.
burst down
That's
the
huge from Winnie.
CYA,
That's
but
huge
he
from
gets
Winnie.
canceled
Oh,
again.
they burned
Melio
Melio's
can't find
ult.
it, we're
And
not able to
they
get
have
this third tick, so
they have
much progress
Millennia's
for
ult.
FlyQuest, but it might be all that they can
They have the
possibly
double
ask
rocket
for.
ult.
As 100 Thieves, they stand tall.
Double
they stand
rocket ult.
proud,
Oh, that's
they stand
GG's.
stalwart
That's
and
GG's.
deny FlyQuest the opportunity. And now
Oh,
it's gonna have
shit,
to
they're
be an
happy,
even
bro.
more
They're
perfect
happy.
defense,
They're
or it's
smiling.
farewell FlyQuest.
They're
An
smiling.
immense amount of pressure released
Winnie's
from 100 Thieves'
drinking.
shoulders. You can see
If
in
the
the
job's not
player
done
cam.
yet,
Shout
bro,
out to
don't
production
start
for being
drinking.
able to provide us with that extra little bit of content because
Ooh,
my
oh,
word,
bro. Oh,
100
if I was on
Thieves,
FlyQuest, I would be pissed off right now, bro. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on. Look at the stats,
but that was
chat.
a huge amount of
Oh,
stall potential
no.
being taken out of the window from FlyQuest, and also Self as well on the Wolverine, isolating Techie's Heartbreaker, just putting him way out in what was like the path towards the second checkpoint. And it just meant that because of how separated FlyQuest were, 100 Thieves were on the same page, but either way, it felt like FlyQuest
Delena has 10
were
final
effectively
hits.
cooked 'cause they
Delena
didn't
showed
have
up, bro.
Any strategist ultimates to rely on.
Delena showed up. They could
have been
still
doing,
lose,
which
though,
was the
chat.
CYA.
They got
Melio even
90%.
tried to use that Insult Inferno to try to shut one of those
got
amplifiers
90%,
down,
bro.
but because he got burned away, that damage does not come through, and because of that play in general meant that Millennia, even if things went wrong, he was there to at the very least be the final nail in the coffin in this round.
FlyQuest, I don't know if they're necessarily cooked just yet because they do have 90.33% to their name, and that's gonna have to be good enough. So while they may not be cooked, they can definitely feel the temperature rising, and they have to mount a stalwart defense. It's gonna have to be ironclad. It's gonna have to be adamantium. It's gonna have to be vibranium. Whatever the strongest metals in the MCU are, FlyQuest are gonna have to amass every single one of them and then some.
Okay, let's see
in
this.
order to stop the onslaught of 100 Thieves, as they can see victory in their sights. And in fact, Elena can see the back line of FlyQuest in his sights. He's gonna take to the skies with that leaping, trying to take down Tuzi and
No,
cleans him up, and it's
Tuzi.
disaster
He's
now
just
for
standing.
FlyQuest. There's no rocket, so there's no res, and Tuzi is not gonna be there with the damage. Self is going in with the blaster barrage. He'll teleport out, the damage already done, and 100 Thieves just waiting, picking their
They're the way
spot.
there.
One tick is there. FlyQuest back. Portal gonna be coming out from Tuzi, so a full 6v6, nearly 2 ticks, but FlyQuest will deny the second. But can they claim a life? Can they find an Elim from the side of 100 Thieves to stop it?
It's a bit of a stalemate. Both teams looking to find the first move with their ultimates, but
Oh,
we're still a long
Self.
way there. Melio is able to thankfully find a pick on the Self, but he's going to get brought right back. This overtime, or no, it's going to be, what, this second fight already in this second round. 100
It feels like
Thieves.
overtime. It's not quite
Yeah, it
overtime
does feel like
yet.
overtime. It's already effectively final fight territory. FlyQuest have no portal anymore, so if they go down, this is already disaster.
Oh,
FlyQuest
is it
hits the
fat?
emergency button.
Card is gone. Psionic Seduction and a CYA. 100 Thieves
No.
want to press the advantage while they have it. Zelos with the invisible boundary trying to give FlyQuest a safe harbor, and they are using every inch of it, but it wasn't safe enough for Tuzi. The Raging Royal Flush now coming out from Velocity, but is it going to be
Self is
enough?
down.
He'll take down Self. That's a
They
good
got 2
opening
ticks though,
salvo,
chat.
but
Even if
Elena
they
may
lose
have
this
to
fight,
close
it's
one.
good.
Winnie Rage,
It's
it
good
goes
for
by.
100
Doesn't
Thieves,
find
even
what
if
he's
they
looking
lose.
for, but
They
what
still
about
got 2
second
ticks.
CYA coming out now from Winnie. Melio is going to be felled in the
'They're not
hands of
losing,
Vinny,
though.
and
They're not
TTK is
losing.
from
Oh,
Winnie's
that's
good for
GG's.
return. There is no Tooth Fairy.
100
Easter Bunny,
Thieves
and there's
actually
no fairy
won.
tale ending for FlyQuest.
Oh my god, look how hype iRemix is. His locks will still be the same when he returns home to space. Huge win for 100 Thieves. They have been in this situation before.
Bro.
They have been in that map 5 scenario when they played against Stick Drift.
Absolutely insane, bro. TTK's dad and mom are happy, man.
My word, 100 Thieves. The playoff
Also,
club is alive. The play